And most of these new computers, they don't have the
Hello,
same old
people.
F1 keys. The original IBM F1 keys. I think it was Alt F4. Whenever you hit that, would close any window, whether it had an X button on it or not.
Guys, girls, Jay didn't know he was live, so just ignore what he just
Oh,
said.
hello.
Just ignore everything he just said. That had nothing to do with any of y'all. We were talking about something entirely different.
Operating systems on computers. We were geeking out.
So welcome to the chat, everybody. I hope y'all been having a good day, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed a good Western show earlier. We gave away some good books. All them books behind me back there are all gone now.
Was that like as in alt Western or Western, like Western?
Matter of fact, these have been given away today. All 5 of them. Look at that. 5 books. Great titles. Can't always see, but still.
Yeah, it's a little dark.
Let's see.
Hey, if you leave your hand up there, I'll bet one of our guests would love to read your palm. Nice. Are those anime pictures on the edges there?
This is Pulp. L. Hubbard. See that?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, okay. Like old Western style card, lobby card type.
So these books I got in my hand were originally written in 1936.
Oh, that early? How old
1936. And then the close are from the 1800s because that's when the books are set. In like 1896. So Elron was born way back in the day. So
yeah, I'm looking.
He died.
Okay, yeah, 19.
He died.
I thought he was a little bit more current. But yeah, 1911, March 13th, 1911 till January 24th, 1986.
86, yeah.
Yeah.
He passed in 86, and when he did, he had already founded Writers of the Future. And it had started. I think it was like 2 or 3 years old. And then a couple of years after that, they founded Writers and Illustrators of the Future. They brought in
to go along with it. Hey, Kara.
In the beginning, no, Jeffrey. In the beginning, it was just authors. Yeah, nothing else.
Yeah, I remember I had a couple of those that came out, and they were they came out in soft. They weren't like trade paperback, like little short ones, but 8.5 by 11, big book, but they were all soft cover. And when my library, I wish my library hadn't gotten destroyed and thrown away, but I had several of the early. I didn't have the whole sets like they do now, but I had at least 1 year's worth of compilations.
This is from Arthur Haywood. He's a regular, one of the winners of the Illustrators contest.
Why don't let's change this? We can look at the backgrounds later. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen that image.
So it's got all that light from the thing on there, but this is just one of the images. We're going to be giving this image away, by the way.
You can eliminate that glare by putting a tissue, like a regular tissue, right over top of your light.
I can just put it in the white. There you go.
There we go.
Put the glare in the white, yeah. So white makes it disappear. So that's Arthur Haywood did the picture. We will be giving this picture away later this year. There's his name down there for you. It's down there. There's his name. So you will get this. We will give this away later in the year. Along with some other artwork we're going to be having. Yes. Well, I started asking the illustrators. I mean, we give away tons of books. It's only fair we give away some illustrations. Well, you can put that in a frame. Oh, yeah. Some of the artwork we're going to give away this year will be winning pieces that won Writers of the Future. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they won the contest. That was the picture that won the contest. Yeah. Who's a lesbian? What are you talking about? No, Sean's on a date.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Jay and I are going to call him with Linda's phone later.
I think we're going to call about halfway through the show. And
we're going to use a girl's voice and a girl's number, yeah? Hi, Sean.
It's kind of hard to explain.
I'm going to go.
We're going to calling you in the middle of our day.
I'm going to go, hi, my name is Kara, and my middle name is Heidi. I'm Heidi Kara Heidi.
Oh.
Casey Carey
I have a better idea. Heidi's evil. We can get her to call.
Yes.
We can invite her into the show. She can call him, and oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Love to hear Sean squirming.
No,
She's on board.
yeah. Well, we might just use our regular voices. Hello, Sean. You're live on the chat with us, and how was your date tonight? This is a friendly call for the update on your date, please.
Or just call him and go, hey, this is one of
No,
747
no.
Williams. You've just won our contest. What's your name, young man?
Say now we got the surveillance drone on you. I don't think you're supposed to have your hand on her knee there, Sean. Please move it now. There's children watching this now.
Have your elbows above the table plane, sir.
Yes. Oh, anybody's free game on his network. The hell are you talking about? Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Plus, this is only his second date. We weren't mean enough to do it on the first date, so it's the second one. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's time
There's
now.
hope remaining for him.
Hmm. I was asking him when he was getting married. Yes.
I asked him. I told him he was nice for helping out a girl in need, and if she needed a new white cane.
Oh yeah, so he's gonna smack Jay. Jay was basically telling me he had a geriatric date. What's that, Ken? What do you mean if I had to date? Oh no, I wouldn't want to date. So if something happened and I was all of a sudden single, no, I'd have a harem. I wouldn't date that. The hell with that. Yeah.
I don't think he will, Heidi. He would definitely. He's not thinking in his right brain right now. He's thinking with the smaller brain, so he's definitely not gonna. He's not gonna suspect us of pranking him in the middle of a show.
No, Kevin. My wife would expect it. So I told my wife when I met her, I get married one time. If I die, you die, or we get divorced, I'm getting a little harem, and that's going to be the rest of my days. That's how I'm going to spend them.
How does that work if you die, though?
I just bring them to heaven with me.
Oh, okay, I see.
But in heaven, I don't. You see, Jesse, shame on you. So Jesse said, "Well, John, in heaven, all you can do is look at him." Oh, so you mean I got to go to hell to have fun? No, you see, in hell they just tease you,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so purgatory is the place. That means where we already are right now. Okay. No, I don't deny y'all. I love y'all. You know I love all of y'all. It's actually, Stephanie, to be honest with you, so there was a point when the top 10 iCar directors were females. And I was the international director, actually.
Stephanie Benetti was one of them, was she not?
Yeah, Stephanie was in there too. But there was a lot of them in there, and they all used to call them my harem.
She was a nice lady. I always loved when we were doing the show early on. Jeff's been doing it like 20 some years and on this network 14 or something. But when I started early with Jeff, it was great. Yeah, on the telephone, we'd be getting ready to do a show, and she'd come in and she'd be all nice and sweet to me and be like, Jeffrey, blah, 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 do this and that. And he's like, yes. We didn't have the video yet, so I couldn't see him squirming, but you can just imagine him like his butt squirming in the chair,
She tightened his ass up like in the first
God,
2
yeah.
weeks.
I wish you could put coal up there and get a diamond within 20 minutes.
Well, Stacy Lorraine. Hey, how you doing? Where you from? Out west. But no, we haven't done panels lately. You got to get on. No. You don't get on me about that. You got to get on Michelle about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I've been wanting to her. We should be doing panels. She's the manager. I'll have to bitch
I'll
out
do a panel, especially if we can make fun of Sean on air.
Well, we'll probably do. Well, see, we used to like to do paranormal panels. Like once a month, we do a panel. Yeah. It would be anywhere from 4 to 9 people.
Well, but we haven't really done a good. I mean, the only ones I've really done are usually the political ones. But I also remember a couple of the Halloween party ones were pretty good panels with 4, 5, 6 guests on there, all talking on a regular subject. I mean, one of them I think we pretty much went all the way through the entire Bigfoot lore in like an hour on one Halloween show.
There's a lot of esoteric panels on there. You call them paranormal, call it whatever you want. There's just a lot of topics.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is like on some of those panels, you've got 7, 8, 9 top researchers in the fields on there talking, and they're not just researchers; they're all hosts as well. so not only are they well researched, but they're also well spoken. So you just get better panels that way. You get better arguments or disagreements. Well, because my favorite thing I always start out with is ghost of dimensional bleed through, which sets the whole bunch of the paranormal people nutsy, makes them crazy every time I say it. Yes. Ghosts are not dimensional bleed through. I didn't say ghost of dimensional bleed through. I said dimensional bleed through a ghost. Because Jack, so I can't tell you how many times I've had someone tell me, I saw my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister standing at the foot of my bed or standing in front of me and telling me something. And I couldn't help but notice like Sherry's said my dad's hair was dirty brown, but my dad's hair was black. But when I was talking to him, it was sandy brown. Yeah, because it was still your dad, just your dad from a different dimension. And the one girl said her dad's eyes were blue, and the guy that was her dad she was talking to had brown eyes. These are things that, it's still your dad. I mean, you're looking at him, it's still them. Well, they might be wearing something weird or talking a way weird, but because it's your father, just in a different dimension. And a lot of times it could simply be that in one dimension your dad likes black, and the other dimension he likes blue. That's how, because when you talk about dimensional, when you talk about different dimensions, you're talking about everything. So according to the multiverse, everything should exist. Every aspect of whatever should exist. That looks cool.
Dimensional bleed through.
There you go. Look at that. People from the other dimensions hanging out. Chicks
popping,
going, what am I doing here?
They're popping through. I didn't even put that in the description. I just said I want a depiction of ghost as dimensional bleed through into our universe. Bingo. First
there y'all
try.
Go, guys. There y'all go. Yeah. Well, no, we use this stuff every day now on the network. Yeah, it's just really good. Yeah,
it's so stupid cool. Listen, this picture here in the background, the thing that you see scrolling at the top, minus the UPRN Talk Radio link, where it says the chat, all the way from the chat to the first period. I wrote that. I put that into the picture generator. That's what it gave us. Doesn't say the chat anywhere in there. But the Sanctuary of Whispers. What a cool thing. I mean, this was the first thing it did. Kind of Harry Potter-ish, but whatever.
Yeah, we might have to name a show after this, at least a segment. Anybody want to come do the segment? The Sanctuary of Whispers.
Be a segment within the show of the chat.
you can come whisper to people on the chat.
Yep. And then for this one, I just typed in I need an Ultraman like being transforming into Ultraman fighting enigmas. So
Ultraman's not sexy.
Yeah. Taruman. That's him. That's closer to Ultraman Tiga, but still I was trying for the original. But still nice. And then we were talking about ghosts.
Ghosty.
Now we talked about this last night and probably a little bit Wednesday, did we? I don't remember, but
dimensional bleed through comes up a lot.
Yeah, there was a blurb. I didn't see it. You found it about dimensional bleed through being this study's results of what they thought ghost activity was in our universe and in our dimension where we are now.
There was a peer-reviewed study. No, that was a peer-reviewed study from it was Ivy League college in the United States connected.
Yeah, it was a university. I don't remember where though.
Yeah, and it was also connected to the scientific Australia, I think is what it's called. And they're the same people who did the write up on me. No, the Scientific Australia did a write up on me for alien abductions. Yeah, because JoJo made a boo boo on air one night. So we were talking.
This doggy in here is huffing and puffing. I'm going to give him a little glass of water. So I'm going to turn off my mic while I splash some water around.
No, what I mean was, Jack, is so I was talking with Alfred Weber, and we were talking about abductions and what the percentage of abductions may be. Most researchers seem to think it's between 10 and 15% of the normal population gets taken. Not all the time and not all at once, but they get taken. And then over the years, different people are used for different things. And then a lot of those people aren't taken. More than half of them stop being taken because they're just not useful. They'll still come back and get their kids and grandkids and great grandkids. but they're themselves aren't useful anymore. But anyway, Alfred decided to put a number at the time. It was like 7.2 billion people on a planet. So Alfred figured out that 15% of the population would be about 1.4 billion people. So that hit the airwaves. It went fucking viral. I mean, it went viral. 1.4 million people being abducted by aliens. It went everywhere. And I mean, it just was like, whoosh. And next thing I know, everybody in their fucking mama was calling me and writing to me. And I said, I didn't say they took 1.4 billion people at one time. I said that group of people, that 10 to 15% of the population of the planet has been being taken. I said they've always been taken. I said it started out that way. And he said, well, that's a lot. They got to. I said, yeah, but think about it. So you're not thinking about it correctly. I said, so they started out how many thousands of years ago with 100 people. And every time it doubles, they double the amount of staff they have. Every time it doubles, they double the amount of staff they have.
But also,
so they're always ahead.
This thing also, there allegedly are two, if you will, exopolitical treaties with these same entities that are doing the abductions. One allegedly with Germany starting around the 1890s, maybe even later in the 1930s. But allegedly, there's what they call the Black Forest Treaty, and that it allowed the aliens to abduct X number of people per year during that time that Germany allowed. And then there's the Greada Treaty, 1952-53, Eisenhower-ish era, where he signs an alleged exopolitical treaty with the same, again, organization that's abducting us, where they were allowed to abduct 1 million per year, but they had to provide names and addresses of everyone who they abducted to the a secret organization, which would later become known as the Magic 12. And also they had to be not remembered. The abductions couldn't be remembered. They could cause no harm and leave no marks, relatively. And then allegedly they found out that they were not only abducting more than 1 million people per the United States, but per country, like billions of people per year, not just in this country. That was the shocker, I think, that really got to Eisenhower.
Well, frankly, I think most all that's bullshit. To be honest with you, they have been taking people on here before we even had an organized government.
I'm with you on that whole Greada Treaty thing, but I've been tracking it since about 72, 73, 74 is when I started. So I've been tracking it since about 75 or 6 when I first heard of it. And it's been gaining a lot of traction. Mainly the traction is coming from the Laura Eisenhower camp.
Yeah.
And a few others. But before I even had heard of her, this was being whispered around throughout the corridors of the top secret community. And the only reason why I ever got a whisper of it is my father was part of that community. So, not trying, I was just looking into, I wanted to find out what the aliens were, what the UFOs, were they alien or were they us? What the hell are they? And that's what I've still been looking for is yes or no. It's one or the other. It can't be both.
Well, technically, they're not supposed to talk to us at all because they're not supposed to choose sides. So if they cut a deal with a president, that means they chose a side, a political side.
Correct.
They're not allowed to do that.
But then again, also, if you listen to the band Rush, they have that song with the one line that says, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. And so they have chosen the aliens not to decide on whether to help us or not. So, but the thing is that
they
in the 70s,
choose.
that the rumor of this Greada Treaty, of this conjunction between Eisenhower and the aliens, was coming around 75, 76-ish when I first heard of it. And it's been gaining traction every decade since. So there's something to it. Whether whether we find out,
but everything gains traction.
Disinformation. It's been in the UFO community since at least the 70s.
Yes, but everything on the internet gains traction because, matter of fact, usually when things start getting too popular on the internet, it pretty much proves it's junk because the real stuff never really seems to get popular. It always seems to be pushed to the wayside or stuffed underneath something or hidden.
But it's not that popular. If you search the Greada Treaty, it'll take you a while to find a lot of information on it. So, and I dare anyone in the audience, you go ahead and it's spelled Greata, Greada Treaty. 1952, 53. Type it in your computers, do the thing, read on it, and let me know what you think. But the thing is that I'm with you, Joe. There's a lot of traction on it, and there's been a lot of just pure hearsay from 75 forward, and none of it's changed. The first time I heard of it in the 70s is exactly what they're saying today. So that gives me at least the lead to think that it's at least laudable and not a lie.
Well, what was Eisenhower? What political party was he with?
He was a Democrat.
Well, he never met him then.
Don't you think? Yeah, I think he was. Hey, Google, was Eisenhower a Democrat? I think he was.
No, Eisenhower was a Republican.
Oh, he was a Republican. Yeah.
Well, then he might have met him then.
United States from 1953 to 1951.
I don't think he did.
After winning the 1952 and 1956 presidential elections as the Republican candidate.
I don't think he met them until after. I don't think he met them until after 1950. Allegedly, 1953 when he was he was already elected. I think he was right before he was.
According to the industrial complex, only Republican presidents know, and only 3 Republican presidents know. We know one of those was Ronald Reagan, and we're pretty sure one of those was Baby Bush. And if that's the case, then Daddy Bush was the other one.
That Daddy Bush definitely knew. We know Daddy Bush is the one who told Baby Bush. We're sure of that. So I don't know if Baby Bush counts as he was read in post being a president or pre being a president, but I'm fairly certain Nixon was aware of it. I'm fairly certain Truman was aware of it.
It's so first off, they only tell 2-term presidents. Nobody got to know in their first term ever. That was a no because they had to make sure that you were loyal to the country. So you had to be at least a 2-term president. And from what I understood, they usually didn't do it until at least halfway through your second term. And in Reagan's case, they did it, and then they idled his brain because it looked like he was going to start talking.
He was right in. I believe it was in his second term in June of '84 when he was elected the second time. And it wasn't halfway through. It was, because he did consecutive, so that would have been about halfway in the very first.
Well, no, they said Daddy Bush told Reagan, third year of his first term, he gave an idea and said, "Look, there's something else going on." And then Reagan
he wasn't read in officially. Yes.
No, and then his first year of his second term, they said, "Okay, look, there is a problem and there is contact, and they do have the ability to do these things that we can't stop." And shortly after that, you can tell when he was told. Shortly after that, he made those 7 speeches about the aliens, and then he instituted Star Wars, Pine Gap, and the
SDI.
That was Star Wars. Pine Gap, and what's the one in Alaska? HARP facility.
Oh, HARP.
Yeah. So he instituted those 3 programs, which are all meant to fight something in space.
Yes. And we've actually seen at least the facility at Pine Gap operational through I don't know, I remember what year it was, but the space shuttle mission STS-48. We've analyzed it. I have a fairly accredited degree in video production, so we are able to actually analyze the video of this alleged laser shot off of our planet. But anyone to dispute our findings, I guarantee you we have it.
So the Washington Post says they can never find when Eisenhower was on that base. He said they've checked everything, they never could find. He said, though, they did verify the oral health story.
Yes, that was in California when he disappeared for 3 days. He was supposed to be at a golf tournament. I don't know if he was playing or judging or just to be there to watch, whatever. But that is allegedly when he met with the Gray Reptilian Triumvirate, whatever you want to call their exopolitical organization. But that's allegedly when he met with them and made the Greada Treaty.
People, why y'all got to name the aliens? So you're gonna call the Greys and Nordax? Look, they think the Nordax are at least 2 other types of aliens.
Let's finalize this for the audience who, especially those who may be new, and even those who may not be. The ones we mostly talk about are going to be the Greys. Yes, number one. And then there are 5 different types of Greys, according to the U.S. government. There are 5 different types that are all distinctly different But at a glance, if you look at them, they'd be like, oh, it's like, you know, well, you always say white people all look the same, black people all look the same. Yeah, it's like that. Okay. But they're going to call them the Zetans or the Zeta Reticulans or the Reticulans. Pick one of them. I like Zetans because it's easier. They come from Zeta Reticuli 1 and 2, a binary star system. Actually, it's a trinary star system, but they are only in control of 2 of those solar systems. Then we have the Anunnaki. Those are a humanoid. And some people think they come from the Pleiades. Some people think they come from the Osiris belt, Osiris, somewhere in that area. We don't know. They could say they come from, you know, East bumfuck Egypt, and we'd have to say yes. There's no way we can verify it because guess what? They're aliens. Then we have the reptilians who allegedly come from the Draco reptilian star cluster, or what we consider as a constellation here. We have the Angkor Wat temple complex that is exactly a mirror of it on our planet. And they don't come from there, but that's where their base is currently. So those are the 3 main aliens that interact with our government. And then we have Charles Hall's tall whites, which allegedly some also call them the Arcturians. Again, they can call themselves whatever the hell they want. It's not like if they came to a club to drink beer, we can't card them. They can't prove who they are, and they can't prove who they aren't, and neither can we. It's all speculation. But those are the 4 aliens, period. 2 of them are human-like, the rest are not.
And so the Greys will educate y'all properly on the Greys. So Lyco's got 40 years of research on the Greys with over 73,000 Grey cases. So the total caseload currently, I just checked the other day, was 147,500 something cases. Now these are cases that we've investigated and said are legit. It's not how many cases we've been through. According to the case file, it's over 600,000 cases in the last 30 years. Now, not me. Who the hell? I mean, how do you think I'm going to go through 600,000 cases? If I'm lucky, I might make 100 cases a year. If I'm really busy, I might do 2. Yeah. But so we've always had
started in 61. When did the bulk of them start coming in? I mean, they didn't come in all at once. So there had to have been like a floodgate, and then it.
Well, for us, we first off, we cheated. I had 5,000 cases that we took from MUFON when I left. We did the analysis on MUFON, and that's how we started the abduction criteria. It was those 5,000 cases from MUFON. Then the Brazilian organization got hold to me. They heard me on some TV show somewhere, on a radio show, and they had 5,500 cases, mainly on the human type aliens. So they sent us that. So the ones we had done with MUFON were mainly on the Greys. The group out of Madrid sent us were about 6,000 cases, and they were mainly on the reptilians. But we had all those cases right off the bat. So that was 18,000 cases of abduction criteria. Yeah. Somebody else had done the footwork. Then we started. So every time we'd go on a show, whoever it was, because all the directors back then were hosts. So they were doing guest appearances too, because they were actually, pretty good names for,
They were boots on the ground doing the investigations.
Well, yeah. like DeAndrew, Stanton Friedman and him loved her. She was and she's as smart as anybody on Roswell, probably more than most, because she knew the nurse who was there with the aliens. I mean, she knew him personally. So, I mean, she had a wealth of knowledge. So we were constantly going out. So on any given day, we would get 50, 80, 100, 200 cases coming on our website, 300 cases. And we would send them out to different directors and different people. So, but we had abduction criteria. So, and one of the reasons the questionnaires are so long is to deter people who are full of shit, and it works well. So it gets rid of about half the cases. And then the rest
it's a police tactic. Yeah. I mean,
it is.
Any good investigating body would use that same.
And then we use the abduction criteria. We have a group of people go through with the abduction criteria, and anything that meets it completely or 80% gets into one pile and gets assigned to different directors, depending on where it's at. The other stuff that may still have some interesting stuff, but hasn't had enough to meet criteria, goes into a pile that gets studied after the fact.
You got to score a B just to be considered. I mean, come on! I'd let you carry a gun if you get at least a C on a gun test.
Yeah, abductions is serious.
That's pretty mean, Joe.
And then we added in the blood type study later on, and a couple other things besides that, which made it even harder to get to fool us. So, bottom line is now, guys, here we are with all these cases later, and I can tell you, like at the Greys. So you got a Grey that's 3 foot tall, but you got a Grey that's a cyborg. He's half robot, half Grey. Now, he does have some independent thought, but most of the time, the 3 foot Greys, the ones that are alive, 3 to 4 foot, they can usually control them through telepathy. It's like a drone for them. You know, like how we're building
Yeah.
a drone, how we're building a drone for our F-47s. Well, this is basically a drone for the Greys.
Right.
So
And then
they
those
use
drones
those.
on our plane are controlled by the helmet. But eventually we'll lose the helmet and we'll be like, we'll be flying our plane like this. All right, turn left, turn right. You won't be saying that, you'll be thinking it. And then, oh yeah, shoot that guy. Go over there and chase him away. Things like that.
And then
It's
we
coming,
got
people.
Then we get the 5-6 foot Greys, which are like work and management.
Mean.
They're still doing work and stuff, but they're also kind of like management, and they're a
they're
little more
mean.
bossy. Yeah, they're a little more bossy. And then you've got the 7 foot ones, which or the Greys. Those Greys are different. They're first off probably royalty to start off with, of some sort, and they only associate with contactees X amount. The R, what the Greys refer to as a guard. So the Queen is big. Gray Queen is not a little bitty 3 foot thing. She's like 9 foot tall. She's a big monstrous thing.
And the older they are, the taller they are. I do believe.
So what you'll see a lot of times is a queen, and she'll be a good 8-9 foot tall, and there'll be 3 or 4 males anywhere from 7 to 9 feet standing around her.
Mm-hmm.
Probably guards, maybe somebody, maybe it's they're depositing sperm. Who knows what they're doing there, but that's what they're there for. But that's it's
weird because they exhibit that from almost all sources, including yours, that all the alien gray aliens exhibit the same type of primate type behavior, the way they move and stuff like that. And it's a little more almost reptilian insect like, and this is the reason why. But they seem to have a hybrid, is like a primate and insect type society, because they have different stages of life. Like I said, the older they get, the taller they are, and then they change as they get older, and it's weird. But they're hive mentality too, and they run off of a queen, kind of like an ant. But they wouldn't be able to. Right, but they are, and they seem to be insect-like in some of the way they move, but they also exhibit primate behavior. Because ants don't have problem solving. They don't. They just don't. They build their structure. They don't build. They go around problems. You ever put like a big piece, like drop an apple in the middle of a line of ants? They don't pick it up. They go around it. They don't solve it. They keep going. They have no problem solving. These guys have problem solving primate abilities, but are insect like. They couldn't be experimenting with us and using their DNA and our DNA to make hybrids together if they didn't have some sort of primate to them, which makes them very, very, very weird. Alien.
Well, first off, Greys do not use their DNA in us whatsoever. They consider us beneath them. They will not.
Still have some of their DNA, regardless whether they shared it or not.
Well, not DNA in the way you're thinking in DNA. You're thinking of like a gray DNA, like one of their cells. No, this is more like it's like somebody gave us some of their blood, but not any of their real DNA.
Even if they haven't given us blood, they've been into our code, they've been into our DNA, they've been into our computer system and our genetic computer system, and they fucked with it.
No, they swear they have not. The Greys swear they have not done anything to enhance humans, because if they do,
I don't think I can believe that.
They say the light beams will destroy them. They said that we're supposed to evolve naturally. But wait, let me finish. So we're supposed to evolve naturally from the secondary point, which some of the Greys refer to as the accident, meaning when the reptilians interbred with the humans and created this race. The Greys were probably brought in to stabilize that race. It's probably why they were brought here. And it's probably why they took over 80-70% of the abductions, because they were stabilizing the population. So whatever the humans originally created and the Greys interfered with must have not just took off the way it was supposed to. Because that seems to be when the Greys showed up, right after that happened. And that also seems to be when our blood changed. So there was something significant. Somebody fucked something up. And the Greys.
Well, I mean, we talked about it. I mean, the damage is evident through our solar system. The asteroid belt all the way through. You can see, it's almost like a path. You can see like it almost like on a replay when you watch bowling or hockey, and they do the path of the ball or the hockey puck. You can almost see where whatever it was came through the solar system and like destroyed the 5th planet. It's now an asteroid belt, and then crushed and made a big scar mark on the side of the big front face of Mars, and then tilted our planet, and either it did something to planet Venus, which was already here, or deposit something here that becomes Venus. Either way, something came through here and just caused all kind of chaos.
Well, I see. Sometimes I think that, and then sometimes I think it was something. It was different. It's hard because it really depends on how big this fifth planet we're talking about is. If it's Mars size, is it Earth size, or is it the size of the debris field?
Earth size, yes, it changes the ball game. Yeah.
So if it's debris fields, so there's two things that could have went on here. One, it could be a mid-sized planet, maybe a little bigger than Earth, but not 5 times, and there could have been a partial debris field there. So the damn thing could have been part of the debris field. It might have been what destroyed it. And when it went, it took Mars. But being that we're talked about like oceans intact and other things, big scrape outs, it sounds more like either Jupiter pulled this planet apart, which is a good possibility.
Yes.
Tidal forces. Tidal forces caught between Jupiter and Mars and the sun. Could have pulled it apart. And then whatever those pieces just went flying at and pulling it apart, one of the two of the oceans may have escaped. And by the way, I did some more research on the ocean. So ocean the size of the Pacific can literally go 25 or 30,000 years with life inside of it, heating and going. And this is what's even weird about it. It'll create a crust up to a certain amount, and then the crust will break and be pulled in and recycled.
Yeah, as I said, it would be like plate tectonics. We know that already. We have Enceladus, and the one on Enceladus are going around Saturn, and is it Io? No, what's the one the E that goes around Jupiter? Anyway,
Europa.
They're both balls. Thank you, Europa and Enceladus. Those two are the ice balls.
Yeah.
They both exhibit plate tectonics. They have abduction zones. So like plate tectonics, you have a subduction zone where it goes like this. The one plate goes under the other and is recycled and comes back the other way. You have induction zones where the two plates go like this and they split up. And then what do you get? Mountains. And then the other one is where they go this way. I forget what they call it. But the plates go side by side rather than up, down. So those are the 3 different motions you get with plate tectonics, and then both of these planets exhibit that. And we're fairly certain there's no land under the ice, so it's just free floating ice all the way around the whole planet on both of these moons. Yeah,
they're not that. No, they on Europa. No, they think there's a core, but they don't know what it is.
Yeah, it has to have something to. Yeah,
something to draw the
water.
Yeah, something was there. No, both of them have something, but the overall majority of it seems like it's water. It doesn't seem like it's going to be land. It seems like it's going to be a deep 3, 4, 5 mile ocean.
Look, listen. You keep saying the fifth planet may have been disrupted by tidal forces between Jupiter, Mars, and the Sun. I don't think so. I think it was probably more like the tidal forces between Saturn and Jupiter. Why? Because they have 2 giant ice balls floating around.
Yeah, but the planet wasn't there though. It was in front of them. It wasn't behind them.
Think about it, though. You have this is Jupiter and this is Saturn, and they come around like this, and then there's the fifth planet, and they're doing like this always around the planet. When they come around, they're always changing sides, and they're just tugging it like that until it breaks apart. And I'll bet you some of the oceans went towards those 2 stars. On those 2 failed stars, Saturn and Jupiter, and the rest of the ocean came towards us.
Saturn's on the wrong side. Saturn's on the wrong side to have affected the asteroid belt, or it would affect it today. It doesn't. It's on the wrong side. It's too far past Jupiter to affect.
I think it still has effects. It's still. I mean, it's far away.
They haven't measured any. They haven't measured any.
I still believe Saturn is closer to the asteroid belt than the Sun is.
It doesn't matter. The Sun's 10 times as powerful as Saturn is.
That's true, but
so you can't even compare the two.
I mean,
not when you're talking of a magnitude of 100,000 to 1. It's not. The Sun is huge compared to Saturn. I mean, Saturn could fit inside of our Sun many times.
Yeah, but Saturn compared to the planet that was there is,
yeah, but it's not going to cancel
planet Earth to go across Jupiter's horizon.
And it's not going to really. Saturn's really not going to affect Jupiter's gravity either, which is in front of Saturn. So it's not going to.
No, I'm not saying it would. I'm saying it would be an augmentation. The gravity of those 2 big giant things so close pulling on that little planet would make it do like this. It would undulate like an egg back and forth.
You can see it. No, because it's not even doing that to its own moons. You got to remember, there's lots of moons between Jupiter and Saturn, and that's not happened to none of them.
That's because they're closer to those planets, so they're less affected by Saturn. But something that's that far away and smaller on its own, we don't know that it had a moon or not. We don't know. There's been no speculation
it wouldn't. Even scientists would tell you if it was affected by anything, it would have been by our sun and Jupiter, and that would have been its two biggest stretching points because Saturn's behind it. It's behind it. It never lines up with it.
I guarantee you Saturn had an effect with it.
Well, it doesn't today. That's what I'm saying. It's not pulling on those asteroids. They don't pull outward. Matter of fact, think about this. All those asteroids pull inward.
I don't think their mass is large enough now to be affected by the outer planets. Since now their weight is being more affected by our gravity. You're mass of Mars.
You're making my point for me. So the bigger the planet was, the more the sun would tug on it. So if it's tugging on the little pieces right now more than Jupiter and Saturn, or that means when it was a big piece, it would have way bigger tug than either one of those planets did.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on
that. The sun's going to have the biggest effect on, especially if it's a planet 5 times the size of Earth.
Yeah,
it's going to have a.
But we don't know. We weren't there.
No, we don't. All we can do is we haven't scanned enough of the debris field to know how much of that debris was compressed and how much of it wasn't. We
don't know how big it was when it exploded. We need to know.
We do have an idea about the date of the explosion. If it was an explosion, it happened around the same time that Mars and Earth went catastrophe. So you're talking 58 to 65 million years ago. So we have a date on that part.
Possibly longer.
Yeah, it could be.
And Velikovsky will agree with us. I wish the man was alive right now. He would agree with us because he wrote the book Worlds in Collision. Something to that effect. His first book, Worlds of Chaos, or something. Anyway, and he speculates on the same thing that we're talking about. That something came through. The evidence is there. Something broke up the 5th planet. Something sucked the ocean.
See, the reason I don't think anything came through is because we have too many vacuum cleaners in the solar system. Nothing gets through here.
That doesn't mean it doesn't. That doesn't mean they catch everything. I mean, come on. You're a gun safety guy. I'm a gun safety guy.
It's not that. Gun. You got to think of this. You got to think of this.
It's not 100% proof positive.
Yeah, but you have to think about this the way the universe works. So if you're close enough to a planet to destroy it, you're close enough to be captured by it. Yeah. So if you're coming through and you're causing damage to Jupiter, the 5th planet, and Mars, you're well within captured range. It's got you. You've already been. Matter of fact, that's what a lot of people think the 5th planet actually is. They think it was Nibiru that was coming through the solar system. Jupiter grabbed it and destroyed it. That's what they really think it is. They think it was planet Nibiru on one of its 3,600 year orbits.
There are several myths that speak about a moon of Nibiru striking the 5th planet, which was Tiamat. In the myths, I think the 5th planet was already there because the material that we have that's come from the asteroid belt
it probably was, but
it matches the solar system, so we know it's native to the solar system.
Yeah, well, Nibiru is native to the solar system. It's not from outside the solar system; it's from in the solar system. It's just further out in orbit.
Nibiru is a speculative thing. What we do have is the debris field, and we know that it matches the solar system. Mm-hmm. We know that frequently we go through the asteroid collisions that hit Earth. Those are from the shotgun blast, from whatever destroyed that 5th planet. That's why we have those meteor showers every year. The Ennead meteor showers, 3 or 4 different ones.
A bunch of those are from asteroids. I mean, not asteroids, from comets. A bunch of our meteor showers come from comets.
Some, but not all. Most of it is from the asteroid belt.
But a lot of them come from comets. At least half or more come from comets. They just pass into our solar system. We're just catching the debris field. The asteroids, we get stuff from them.
If you follow the trajectory of the ones that come from the meteor belt, you can see the trajectory of where it was struck and hit by whatever blew it up, or whatever passed by.
No, you can't even.
Could have been our moon.
No, you can't even do that because let's say 10,000 years ago, a big rock came in and hit the other rocks. When it did that, it was like a pinball machine. Them rocks all started moving around, so you don't know where they're coming from anymore. You can't judge a distance. Because this could have been a rock that hit that rock, that hit that rock, that hit that rock, that's now coming towards Earth, but the original impact may have been headed towards Mars. There's no way of us knowing.
It could have been our moon. Our moon could be what caused the destruction coming.
Our moon's not big enough. Not for Mars, it is. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's big enough to F up Mars, but a 5th planet, no, the 5th planet would have destroyed the moon. It would see. You got to remember that on gravitates of so our moon's
Not if
1.6.
the moon had a big giant honking space laser gun, and as it on its way in, it went and Death Star gunned the fifth planet, and then came into the solar system.
Five times the size was still crushed it.
Not if it got shot by a Death Star laser beam, is what I'm saying.
And then all
I've been saying that it's a Death Star for years anyway.
Why are you hating on the fifth? Why are you trying to have the aliens blow it up? You know, it was an accident.
Something destroyed it, and we don't have no one. We can speculate all day long until we're blue in the face. It doesn't matter. We weren't there. We need that information. It would be very helpful to find out what happened, whether it was 65 million years ago, or 80 million years ago, or a million years ago. We don't know.
They're pretty sure it was about. Actually, this is what's so weird. So Mars, they say Mars went kaboo at 55 million years ago. Earth went kaboo at 63 million years ago. It's an 8 million year difference. It's now how accurate is that? Well, that's anybody's best guess because there's no fucking way of telling. But that's the actual date they get.
That's the problem.
Well, it's a little more than speculation. It's based on some evidence, but
it's educated speculation.
James, the reason they say that no, so they go by the way things are shaped on Mars for ages. Yeah, so something to do with the way the river deltas fan out and the way we know the amount of erosion on Mars now. So we can
millions of years worth of atmosphere and at least surface water. Otherwise, if it only had rivers for, like, let's say 1,000 years, any traces would now be gone.
So what we know today is we know what the erosion rate is on Mars as a planet today, and we can go backwards. And as we're going backwards, that changes as the planet becomes wetter and moister and greener and blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, nobody's arguing today that Mars wasn't wet and green. Most scientists today think Mars was a thriving planet just like this planet was.
3, perhaps 4 planets in the solar system, blue, watery, and thriving.
So they think
Venus, and if it was natural to this solar system, which I believe it is not, and so does Velikovsky.
Venus, Jack.
So the only thing is for Venus, it spins backwards.
Only thing we know about Venus for sure is the rock composition is the same as Earth. So just means it came.
I don't think we even know that, to be honest.
The Russians knew. The Russians told us. It's they said the composition was mostly the same as Earth. There was a couple other things they found that they didn't expect to find, like an upper atmosphere that was
vegetation.
Clean. Yeah. So there was a couple of things, and then they think they may have even seen something that was alive on this. Well, we see it at the bottom of the ocean all the time when these black smokers. They think there might have been something. So no, they're not saying it was anything intelligent or anything. They just think they see something. They're not sure what it was. But no one's been back since. So
I'm backwards. I don't agree with what we know what the soil is like. The machines that the Russians sent didn't last long enough to get enough evidence. We know what the atmosphere is like. We know that there's a few pictures of plant, at least a type of plant that would be during the dinosaur times. Real big palm leaf type thing is in one of the pictures. So there's plant life there. There's a very dense, dual thick atmosphere. I mean, there's one up top and then there's the one below. And then the pressure is so great that any machine we've sent is operational once, if it hits the ground, is only operational for at most, I think, it's 90 minutes. The Russians had one operational for. Not enough time to really get enough data. I'm sorry. So I can't say that their soil is the same as Earth's.
Okay. So,
the thing is that the planet Venus spins 100% opposite the direction of every other thing in this solar system. Everything else spins counterclockwise. It spins clockwise, which means it's either came from somewhere else or something messed it up and turned it the other direction.
So I pulled it up for you. A preliminary analysis of the first soil samples taken of Venus obtained by 2 Soviet spacecraft indicate that the planet's rocky surface is eerily orange, lightly windswept landscape is chemically similar to volcanic rock on Earth. And
chemically similar does not mean.
Wait, let me finish. So. Let me go on to finish. Now you can't just stop in the middle. Okay. Then it says also landed on the ocean floor is identical to Hawaii upon the Hawaiian mountain. Identical. to it. So it's definitely from our solar system. Or, well,
Okay.
you know what? Wait, hold on. Let me rephrase it. That's not really true because you can be chemically similar to Earth, of course, and be from the solar system. But I would imagine solar systems nearby with yellow suns are not going to be all that much chemically different than ours. I don't.
Perhaps not. Yeah,
I
but
mean, there might
then
be
again,
there
also,
might be a signature difference, but I don't think the
but
actual
what if the
rock
ocean
itself
came from
is different.
Mars or Earth during the cataclysm? That could soil the evidence. So we don't have boots on the ground. We don't have scientists on. We have a robot telling us what it determined.
Hell
Okay,
no.
chemically similar to Earth and directly exactly similar to Earth are a little different.
Well,
It's
no.
good news, but it doesn't make it like Earth.
It just
Doesn't mean it
means
came
that
from our solar system
it just
either.
means that at one time, Venus was just like Earth. That's all it tells you. Because our Earth was pretty fucked up back in the day, before
Yeah,
we
buddy.
had life all on it. So yeah,
Yeah.
they probably came here. There's a couple of reasons why I could be spinning the opposite way.
Yeah, but
Oh
I mean,
no!
the fact that
Obviously,
Venus
something hit
rotates
it, Jack.
backwards,
Oh
though,
no!
it probably developed in another solar system. It's very much
No,
likely.
I don't think it mattered any solar system it would develop in. I think it was hit backwards. Something hit it. Something sent the
I
bit
don't know.
spinning.
If it were
Whatever.
hit, it wouldn't be standing straight
I
up. We know it's
wondered-
standing straight up like that, though.
I
Our
wonder.
planet's
No,
like
no,
this.
no. If something grazed its side, it wouldn't tilt it over. It would have just kept spinning. It would have just actually spun faster,
It
probably.
would be off kilter, dude. I guarantee you.
No,
The
You can bounce
universe
in the
is
sky.
more like a felt pool table than
no.
can
When you
imagine.
look at the planets in the universe, most of them are all standing up straight and tall, and
God's pool table, man.
they all bounced into each other at least one time or more. In this solar system alone, these planets have probably collided with each other a dozen times. It's
The distances are far too distant for that.
that's probably why that planet is spinning like that. No, it is now, but it wasn't 100 million years ago. They were all right up on each other. It took time.
I mean, if that's true, then we should be stabilizing, and we're not. Our gyroscope isn't working, so we're still continuing to spin out. We're not coming back to straight yet. We're still going out.
But you know why?
When I was in high school, the
You
tilt
know
of our
why?
planet was
But
17
you
degrees.
see?
It's now 27.
You know why, though?
The moon? I don't know. Probably the moon's taking us
No.
off kilter.
No, it's because we have water on the planet. So water stays heavy on one side. Whichever way you're tilted, there's more water there than there is over here because the planet's leaning.
So what happens?
And
what
wait,
happens
it's
if you take
worse
the
than
moon
that. We're gaining water every year to boot. Every year.
and rock material
And rock material. So and that a lot of that rock's going into the ocean, which is pushing the water up. So not only are you gaining 4 inches of water every year, you gain so technically about 8 inches a year. We're rising. It's just a matter
what
of
about
time.
the space? What about the space 99 scenario? The planet, the moon, like breaks away from Earth, violently somehow, and what would happen to Earth? I'll bet you $5. A lot of really bad stuff would happen to Earth. A lot of bad stuff would happen to anybody who's on the moon at that point, also.
Well, if you're on the moon, you'd probably get smushed into something. You better hope you had inertial dampers because you were probably dead.
If you remember the opening of Space 1999, everybody on the space station was, flattened to the floor until the moon broke away from Earth's gravity and stabilized its speed.
As far as Earth goes, immediately first you'd have insane water, crazy tidal waves, and then everything would go flat. There would be no more tidal action, which means the oceans would die. The moon drives a convection current, so without the convection currents, the ocean will die.
Mm-hmm.
The convection currents run north to south.
There'd be major earthquakes too, globally, as soon as the planet.
Yeah,
the moon left the
planet. There would be volcanoes, earthquakes, and tidal waves for at least the first 2 days. Now, after
the Pacific Rim would light up like a Christmas tree.
After the first 2 days, everything would calm down, but the amount of damage that would have been done would be catastrophic.
Yeah, I mean, how big is the Pacific Rim? There's volcanoes all the way around it, from the United States all the way around through Japan and Hawaii. That it might even collapse and spread that ocean all. It would be not good. A lot of people.
Well, at the bare minimum, you're going to have 150-foot tidal wave around the whole planet. Probably taller than that. Pitch might be 300 or 400 feet. So it's going to ring the whole planet. It's just going to spread out and cross over the continents.
It would be a flood event for a few weeks, definitely. Every highland that doesn't have a good drainage would be flooded for months, if not years.
It would not be a fun trip. Well, if you were on the coast, you were dead. No, if you're on the coast, you're dead.
You're gone.
Between the earthquakes, the tidal waves, you're done. If you're
It would take
inland,
weeks for the water to recede back into the oceans from which it was displaced, for one thing, and then after that, it wouldn't all go back because you would have in some of the higher places, you'd have a whole shitload of brand new high water, sometimes even all freshwater lakes, maybe even higher than Lake Titicaca, which right now is the highest and most freshwater lake above the tree line. Boom, that's what you're going to get. A lot of new ice fishing way up high.
No, Venus is an
Limited
interesting planet because Venus is the almost the exact same size Earth is, except it doesn't have
a little bit
moon.
smaller. Hey Google,
it
size-wise compared to the Earth, how big is the planet Venus?
It needs a moon, Jack. Yeah.
Venus is very similar in size to Earth, often called its twin.
Yeah,
its
it's
diameter
real
is
close.
about 12,100 kilometers, which is approximately 95% of Earth's diameter. In terms of volume, Venus is about 86% of the size of Earth.
So it's 14% smaller.
Only because of the water. Well, actually, no. In the beginning, she said it was only 5% small. It's
but overall, 14%. We're going to go with that. But so if you take that atmosphere,
you have to add water. If you add
take
water,
that atmosphere and you turn it into rain, and I'll bet you have an ocean.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If you add an ocean to Venus,
I'm telling you, the ocean is there. It's in the atmosphere. It is in all that water vapor.
Some of it is, yeah. Some of it's other stuff.
Some of the entire ocean is in that atmosphere, sir. I can tell you. It's the
not clean water. They've analyzed.
It's not clean because it hasn't been filtered through the planet. Like on our planet, all the fresh water goes through the planet first before we drink it. Same thing has to happen there. But you got 14 miles. The top layer of that atmosphere is 14 miles of just dense water vapor. You drop that on the planet, that's your ocean right there, man. Guaranteed.
No, I thought they said it rained methane on Venus.
Whatever the ocean is comprised of is what needs to be on that planet in order for that planet's atmosphere to begin its recycling, and cooling period. It's in a state of extreme greenhouse effect. It is at the point where it is the exact opposite of an ice age.
The thing of it is what they need to find out is what's triggering it.
What I don't know what it is, but whatever has happened is instead of all the water on the Earth on the planet crystallizing and freezing, all of it has steamed and turned into water vapor. It's the exact complete opposite of all that. Like we were talking earlier, if you melted all the ice, and you mean every piece, even the ones in your refrigerators, if we melted every lick of fresh water and salt water that's frozen on the planet right now, it still wouldn't cover the whole land with water. Just won't do it. Same thing here.
Yeah, it's just not enough of it. There's way more than there used to be there.
Right.
Well, no, Jack, we showed the maps on the Wednesday show. Yeah.
Wednesday, yeah. We went deep.
No, yeah, you go look at the maps, and it gives you a better understanding. It gives you a much better understanding. Oh yeah. It's what's that, Chris? Nah, I don't know about any of that. No. Who really knows? Aliens aren't interested in us. They don't care about us. We do that just
but they sure are interested in fixing whatever it was that somebody else fucked up around here. And we're talking the 3 planets that we're talking about right now. Actually 4 planets, but you know what I mean.
Let's see. Okay, now we're gonna go take a break. So we're gonna do a split break. So let me explain what we're gonna do. Ow. There's going to be a little clip playing. It's a 16-minute clip, but we're not going to play it all at once. We're going to play it 3 different times. So y'all gonna see this. You're going to see about 6-7 minutes of it while we're on break, and then we're going to come back, and then we'll go to break again. We're going to play the rest of it, or most of the rest of it. No, this is Elon Musk will build a city on Mars inside SpaceX Ultimate survival plan. Well,
it's going to be called Muskville.
He wants to be there for 2035. Full size.
I think he wants to be on there by 2028, though.
Well, so the way they got it set up right now is 2028, they're going to be on the moon. And they'll probably have robots on Mars. No, he said he's sending robots to Mars, Jack. Yeah. Because he said he's sending robots to Mars.
I think he needs to have an infrastructure premise or presence starting in 28 is what he's trying to go for. Like, really, at least you know, like when you go to build a house, you have the materials delivered first. You can't put a floor down until the flooring shows up. You can't put the frame up until the framing boards show up. So that's what he's going to do, is drop all the, you know, framing materials first, and then there will be humans.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he's no, so they're gonna be sending over a bunch of robots because they can fill the ships up with robots, and they can fill them up with all kind of stuff. The robots are gonna start. They're gonna bring atmosphere things to take water out the atmosphere. They're gonna start building shelters. They're gonna start making fuel. They're gonna be doing quite a few things, and they're not the only robots are going. It's gonna be sending a lot more. And then eventually there'll be a colony pre-built waiting for the first colonists to get there. And when those new colonists come, not only will they be bringing more robots, but they'll also be able to control some of them robots. So when they're out in the field, they can have their drone robots hooked to them while they're out working. It's an interesting concept, is all I can tell you.
Even more interesting, if you were able to, let's just say, be a fly on the wall and observe this and film this from, let's say, orbit and never be detected. And let's say also on top of that, you are a biologist or a virologist. You would observe that the activity you are observing operates very much like a virus.
It's
yeah, kind of scary how we operate like a virus, isn't it?
It's going to be interesting to see how all this plans out. I mean, Elon gave serious warnings about AI yesterday. I mean, serious warnings. He wasn't playing around.
He doesn't like it, I don't think.
He's not the only one. None of the big tech people like it. The reason they chose Elon is he signed something with this big group of billionaires who signed that we need to take a break on AI. We need to slow down, and we need to start teaching them morals.
Well, what's his name? He's passed now. Stephen Hawking. I mean, he said the same thing about alien intelligence. They said, you know, we should be careful about what we send out to the universe. You know, he said the example that his speech was, you know, think of the American Indian. It didn't turn out so well for them when they encountered a superior technology, i.e., Europe. So same thing here. We've got signals out in the universe. We've got probes that have left the gravitational pull of our solar system. They are free floating in the galaxy now. Boom. Yep. We have no control over them. Well, we have a little bit, but not much.
Not much.
And so let's say an aggressive, really horrible, nasty alien species finds them that nobody knows about, and they decide to follow it back to here. It may not turn out so good for us. So we need to be very careful. We don't have, you know, okay, we have a few aliens here. So what? What if some aliens that do come that find us that our friends don't know about, and they're more powerful than our friends that we don't know? There's so many parameters up there that we don't know about that we have to be way more careful than what we have been. We
do need to be more careful. No, we're gonna put this on so that you're gonna get an 8-minute break. So we'll see y'all about 7:23 or so, and then unless this is really boring, then you might see us sooner. And well, no, we don't want y'all to watch boring stuff anymore. We want to watch boring stuff. So.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, you never know. I like to skip sometimes. So anyway, let me get back over here for a minute. Turn that off. Turn that on. Jay's got us on the screen, and away we go. Yeah, I want one of the Jeeps for the Mars trip.
Well,
damn, look at them. Some of them ships on that thing look rough, man.
The year is 2035. Elon Musk's dream of a city on Mars is no longer a dream. The first ship has landed, a single foothold in a new world. But this is just one ship on a dead planet.
The ship has landed. But how do you turn one rocket into a city for 1,000 people? You start by solving the first and most important problem. Power.
Transformation.
The ship is not a habitat. It is a construction kit packed with an army of robotic builders.
Yep, look at him.
The first worker sets foot on Mars, an autonomous rover, ready to begin the most ambitious construction project in history.
Wow, 6 feet.
Running on its own power, the rover's mission is to build a power source for everything else. Its first task, to deploy the main power grid, a massive, flexible solar array.
The initial power comes from the sun. These are thin film, flexible solar arrays designed to be unrolled like a carpet.
A team of 2 is needed for the first deployment, a synchronized mechanical ballet. To connect the team, a tether is fired, a crucial link across the Martian soil. A perfect catch. The 2 rovers are now connected, ready to begin the great unfurling. Unrolling the solar farm, a 100-meter-long sheet of high-efficiency photovoltaic cells laid directly onto the Martian dust.
This thin film material is less efficient than rigid panels, but its advantage is density. You can pack kilometers of it into a single starship.
Anchoring the array to the surface, protecting it from the thin but powerful Martian winds. And the first power flows, a trickle of energy captured from a distant sun. But 2 rovers are not enough. An army of 10 is deployed to build the main array.
Now we're getting serious.
Yeah.
Day after day, the rovers expand the farm, creating a multi-acre power station with relentless efficiency. The result, a 10-acre solar farm built entirely by robots in under a week.
Yeah, who keeps
5
the dust off of it?
megawatts. Enough power to run a small town. A major engineering success for the first phase of construction. But it's not enough. To create fuel and air, the base needs a chemical
Need
refinery.
joules.
And that
Thousands of
refinery
joules.
is a monster.
The first Great Wall, the solar farm, as massive as it is, can't provide the industrial power needed to build a city.
And the greatest threat to a solar-powered city? A planet-wide dust storm, which can block out the sun for weeks.
Hello.
Solar is good for starting, but it's not a permanent solution. For that, you need a power source that doesn't rely on the sun.
The solution arrives on the second ship, the heart of the permanent power station. A new kind of power plant, designed for the harsh Martian environment.
Nuclear.
The
of
answer,
course, or fission.
nuclear. A small, simple, and incredibly reliable fission reactor.
Yeah.
This isn't a complex water-cooled reactor. It's a kilopower design, a solid block of uranium system.
The design uses a heat pipe, a simple and robust technology to transfer the immense heat of the core. That heat drives a Stirling engine, a simple piston that has been used for over 200 years. And the piston moves a generator, creating a steady, reliable flow of electricity. But a nuclear reactor needs to be shielded. The first step? Dig a hole.
Build a pyramid. Build a pyramid.
Bobcats on there, huh?
The reactor is lowered into
Build
the
a
ground.
pyramid.
Some of these
The
toys,
Martian
man.
soil itself will be its primary shield. Buried deep beneath the red sand, the reactor is safe and secure.
You know I'd be hacking these if we didn't know.
A lifeline of power, connecting the nuclear heart to the growing base. And the nuclear heart beats. A constant 24/7 source of power, immune to dust storms and the dark of night. Solar for the day, nuclear for the night. A hybrid grid, the foundation of the first Martian city.
With the problem of power solved, the real work can begin. Now, they have the energy to build a civilization.
You don't need the solar panels to get rid of them.
With power secured, the next great challenge emerges. Not just to survive, but to live.
The surface of Mars is a death zone. Without a magnetic field, it's constantly sterilized by solar radiation. And the temperature swings are extreme. A 100-degree drop every single day.
You cannot live on the surface. The only way to build a permanent, safe city is to go down.
The solution arrives on the third ship, the primary tool of Martian construction. A next-generation tunnel boring machine, designed by AI, built to conquer the rock of Mars.
And never, ever coming back
This
to
isn't
Earth.
just a drill. It's a subterranean factory on wheels. It digs, removes the debris, and builds the finished tunnel.
The digger is assembled, a 100-meter-long subterranean machine ready to carve out a new world beneath the surface. To begin, the TBM needs a launch
owns the
pit,
company
a
that
massive
makes
trench
these, yeah.
dug to position the
Yeah.
machine for its first
Check
cut.
this out. This is
And
cool.
the great work begins. The first cut,
AI, but
The
it's
the
cool.
start of the first Martian
I ain't
Main
playing,
Street.
man.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. there
Pouring
are
on Mars
explosives
is
up there,
different.
too.
The low gravity is a challenge, This machine uses these hydraulic grippers to brace itself against the tunnel walls.
A continuous process.
So
The machine grinds the rock at the front and expels a steady stream of debris out the back. An automated train carries away the excavated rock, keeping the path clear for the advancing machine.
Well, that rock can be used to make.
And as it moves, it builds. A robotic arm erects concrete segments, creating a perfect finished tunnel as it goes.
But where does the concrete come from? The secret is using what's already here, the Martian soil itself.
A concrete factory on the surface, using the excavated rock from the tunnel to 3D print the next section of the tunnel wall. The train returns, carrying the finished walls, made from the very rock the TBM just excavated. The first street of Mars Base Alpha is paved. 100 meters a day, a relentless march under the red sand. But a concrete tunnel isn't airtight. To create a breathable habitat, you need a perfect final seal.
The solution is a new kind of sealant, a two-part epoxy mixed with Martian dust. It foams up to fill every microscopic crack.
A spray-on sealant made from the Martian dust itself. It seals every joint, every crack, creating a perfectly airtight environment. The first habitable space on Mars is created, a shelter from the wind, the cold, and the deadly radiation. The tunnels are the streets, but a city needs rooms. The TBM carves out massive underground caverns, the future homes and laboratories of the base. A hidden city takes shape, a network of tunnels and caverns, a new home for humanity, safe beneath the sand. The first section of the city is sealed, and for the first time, a human breathable atmosphere exists on Mars. With the air on, the interior work begins. Robots furnish the empty tunnels, turning them into corridors.
Creating a breathable atmosphere is just the start. You have to constantly scrub the CO2 and circulate the air.
And then there was light. The first Martian sunrise deep beneath the ground. A new road on a new world, paved by machines for the humans who will follow. The city expands, creating junctions and side streets, a growing subterranean network. And creating exits, a network of tunnels connecting the underground city back to the surface world. Connecting the levels, the first Martian elevator linking the city below with the sky above.
The design is redundant. If one tunnel collapses or is sealed, there are always at least two other ways to get between any 2 points in the city.
And on the surface, almost nothing has changed. The true scale of the construction is completely hidden. A shelter is built, a fortress against the void, a promise of a new home. A city built entirely by machines, a new kind of construction for a new kind of world. The first great...
Pause for a second here. We're gonna end up.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're about 10 minutes in.
Yeah, we're gonna end up watching this whole thing because it's actually pretty decent. But
yeah, actually pretty good.
So what's
predictable, but good.
It's well, no, everything so far we've seen on here, Elon can do. There's nothing.
Everything we've seen on here, Joe, you and I have talked about.
Yes, and so look, forever nobody wanted to go underground. Jay and I have been saying, I gotta go underground, I've been saying gotta go underground since I was hosting Wake Up USA. You can't. I would have done it a little bit different than them. I would have landed near Olympus Mons and used some of them robots to search inside, because I imagine there's some pretty big caverns in there and a lot of tunnels carved out. And I bet
you could make it into like an office building. It could be part above and below ground.
One thing you can count on in volcanoes, there's going to be lava tubes attached to them, and there's going to be lava tubes on the inside, and the inside center somewhere along the line is going to be hollow. So all of that could be turned into a city, and some of it you're going to have to hollow out, and lava is not that hard to cut through. So
no,
lava is more like glass.
If it is a volcano, it appears to be sealed somehow. So what it looks like, whatever catastrophe there was, whatever sediment or silt was in the ocean, somehow filled the top, so it looks flat up on its surface, almost ish. So if it's filled, and all the empty lava tubes were also filled with this same silt sand combo, it will have eventually turned into rock, but it would be like sandstone. So we would easily be able to bore through it and reopen those same natural tunnels.
So, Donnie, there's another advantage to building on Olympus Mons. Eventually, as you go through and you colonize the volcano, when you get up to the top, you can turn that into a launching area. So it's so close to the atmosphere that when it erupts, it goes into space on its own. So if you've got a rocket up there, anything, it would take very little effort to get it off of the planet. I mean, you can launch from there quite easily.
Until we alter the atmosphere to be more like breathable.
But even then, you're still going to be way closer. Anyway,
it goes less gravity to fight. Yes, also that. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway it goes, it's right on it's almost in space, Jesse. Yeah, I I forgot what it was, about another 2 miles, 3 miles that actually would have been in space. It's the tallest thing in the solar system.
The good thing about that is that, if you set up, we have a colony set up now, you can send something the size of a Saturn V rocket, which is, you need that to get off of Earth. You don't need to send as much fuel to get that device off of Earth that you need to get it off of Mars. So you send the tank you burn to get off of Earth and a half a tank to bring it back off of Mars. So you're not sending as much, and that therefore it can bring back more material and or goods from Mars. So it makes more sense, because Mars being smaller, having a rocket the size of a Saturn V, you wouldn't need to have that size of a rocket to launch from Mars, as Joe just said. But you don't have any choice really, because you need that size to get off of Earth. So it kind of works out. It kind of doubles your production rate because you can bring more back.
Yeah, well, what's going to really happen here is this. So 2035, this is going to be on. The moon base will be going too by then.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So by 2045, we'll be making fuel on Earth. We'll be making fuel on the moon, and we'll be making fuel on Mars. We may even be making fuel in the asteroid belt. So there's going to be an abundance of fuel.
Collecting stuff from the belt to bring to Mars, moon, and so on too.
Jesse, by 2045, we'll be using helium-3 for a lot of stuff. So for Mars,
I think we'll have fusion reactors.
Yeah. So for Mars,
fission reactors.
Yeah. So Jason, about cold fission. Look, no, because you got to watch cold fusion. Cold fusion is the one we use. Or fusion is what we use now. I always want to flip flop them. I don't know what it is.
No. We're using fission. We're using fission now.
Cold fusion's the one. Yeah. No, I always flip them. Jesse, I always have. Always flip them. It's a Freudian thing. But anyway. So the helium-3 will allow us to do this. So we're already started doing it. They are building 2 reactors right now, about the size of 18-wheelers, which would be way more than enough to power New York. The goal is eventually you'll be able to build reactors about the size of softballs. They'll run your car, your boat, your house. It can be interchangeable between products. But anyway, so they're going to use helium-3 on Mars. They're going to use it in the spacecraft. They're going to use it on the moon. They're going to use it here. It's not the only thing we're going to be using. There's other new sources we found besides that. And we'll be using that for cold fusion, the helium-3 to make it. But there will be other sources we'll be using too to do it as well, because we're working on dark matter now. We're working on antimatter. There's other stuff besides. There's even other stuff besides those that we're working on. So, yes, we'll be by 2045. There will be abundance of power. I think Earth will be much better controlled that way. So that allows us to really, really explore. So
we also, even before then, 2035, 2040, maybe even 2030, there is the alleged experiments going on with matter transportation across distances without using cargo or any kind of ship, like a transporter. And they speculated about this in the Star Trek movies with the new, the JJ Trek version. What if by that time we also have giant, massive transporters? We can just transport people, animals, materials, and goods from Earth to the moon, from Earth to Mars, from Mars to the moon, from the moon to Mars, vice versa, back and forth.
And we'll probably do that.
We made it. For at least for that, except for anyone who wants to be a Sunday driver and drive to Mars, it would pretty much eliminate congestion and traffic within the solar system.
No, when they get matter transformers, Jesse, they'll be using them. Yeah. No, we'll always need spacecrafts because you have to be able to get to a place to set up a matter transport. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to beam someone to Mars, you got to go there and put a thing on Mars. And you want to beam someone to Saturn, you got to go there and set it up. And it's more than that. You're going to probably need a base and places for people to land, because most of the places in the solar system are not let's just say they're hostile to life and leave it at that.
Yeah.
So you'll have to set up places to land and stuff like that. No, eventually, if they do it right, eventually, if we establish that base on Proxima. Now I don't know what the distance of a transport would be and how safe it'd be at what distances, but you could hop through our solar system.
According to Scotty, he can go anywhere within the galaxy.
Yes, but that was much later on. In initial Star Trek, you could only go from like ship to ship and ship to the ground and stuff like that.
Well,
you couldn't even go from Earth to Moon.
So much in the first universe, in the first series, even it was usually just ship to ground. And the only reason they wrote that in was the initial project was to have the Galileo 7 set built for season 1, but they ran out of money.
Yep.
Because number one, they were ordered to remake the pilot episode, and they were only given enough to redo the costumes, and that's it. So they didn't have enough to make what they wanted to get to and from the planet. So they kind of half-assed the transporter at the last second. It really is an 11th hour, come up.
Oh, it is. It is.
It was Gene Roddenberry, I think, who came up with it.
So it's so they show like the first 8 or 9 episodes they were going to do were all going to have shuttles bringing them to Earth, all of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just too much.
Planet they're on, yeah.
So they would have to build the shuttle. And they would have really had to build the second one, and then they would have to build all the stuff for landing and everything else.
Yes.
Yeah. So the transporter was the answer, and they did eventually put 2 shuttles in. But now Galileo was the most famous one. That was the one Spock flew down and the things upon.
And it eventually was crashed and destroyed. Yes.
Which one was the one when he met Zebulon Cochrane?
That's also the Galileo 7.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the mission before it was destroyed, I do believe.
Yeah. That was Zephyr Cochrane. Yeah. No, it was never mentioned in the rest of history. That's why it's not lore.
Yeah, because I think the only 2 mentioned are that one and the Copernicus is the other one.
That's the other one, the Copernicus. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 and 7.
Yeah.
7 being Galileo. So they didn't tell you all the ships that it carried. So there were at least 7 shuttles of that same type, but also had a few other things. Like they allude to it in the motion picture where they have a work bee on board. So like if, let's say, they get into a fight with the Klingons, they send this work bee out and they can replace damage on the external part of the ship. It's kind of like a small aircraft carrier kind of sort of deal. It carries its own repair ships and cargo tenders and all that kind of stuff.
Well, look at Picard's Enterprise. So he had like 3 different types of shuttles, and he had a captain's yacht, and a nice
captain's yacht. But the captain's yacht came out of the saucer section, and it also had 3 shuttle bays, two in the neck of the main body, and 1 in the back of the command module on the top of the saucer section.
So Jack, on it, they had the short range shuttle, they had a long range shuttle. Yes, well, you can tell the difference when you see 2 of them, and they have one other type of shuttle. And
Work shuttle.
And Voyager took it. They had a fighter. Voyager took it a little bit.
Voyager made the fighter.
Yeah, Voyager made a hybrid. Voyager made a really cool ship. Yeah, you can call it fighter. You can call it super fast ship. Whatever you want. It was a badass
ship, or whatever they called it. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was a badass little. Well, no. Okay. Well, Frank, you're getting confused. So no, there was a ship that they acquired that what's his face? Paris fell in love with. The ship was in his head. Yeah. They got it from some old guy and he fixed it up. It was a badass ship too. Yeah, it was a badass ship. But no, the one Jay and I are talking about is the one they built themselves. They needed a special shuttle.
And Paris is the one who designed it based off of that one.
Yeah, Paris designed it.
Right.
And no. There was another one. No, that's different. But yeah, they also built that too.
They were seeding the public with the idea of it's Firefox. It was a mentally controlled space shuttle fighter hybrid designed by Lieutenant Paris. But this one did not give him the euphoria that the living ship gave him. So he didn't go batshit crazy and try to take over the universe with it. But however, they were able to use it to great effect to keep the Voyager safe against
they used it a lot. It got used a lot. Actually, you see,
but it was controlled by his brain, wasn't it? I mean, he didn't.
No. He flew it. He flew it. He even had put some of those weird controls in it from you know, that stupid game he played, that holodeck thing he played, the like the Buckaroo Banzai guy or something, whatever.
Yeah, the 1950s space ray gun thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he actually put some of them controls in there to fly with.
Yeah,
He used to aggravate everybody else.
It was neat, but I don't. Didn't he also have? Weren't there certain controls that he could think that it would happen?
No, not on that one.
I thought there was, but anyway.
No, I think because I think there's a confusion because remember this, he took that same ship, but he used that ship to go like some like quantum speed or some shit.
Right. Yeah. He went
and
bad.
He tried to drag him. So for some reason, in that particular episode, you get the feeling that he's using brain power on his ship, which I don't think he was actually. I don't know if he was or wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it was an effect of whatever weird shit went on. Remember, he went to like home and stuff. It was a weird episode.
Yeah, he may not have been like controlling the ship so much as, you know, sending a telepathic command, wanting to turn left, turn right. Yeah, either way.
But when they designed it, it was designed for just standard controls. It was, and I think, you know what? I think they might have even thought about doing the mind controls, but since he wasn't going to be the only one flying it, they let Kim fly it. Why would let Kim fly shuttles beyond me?
But it also
they let now Vajana.
Gumtu's the same way. The AI intelligent fighter that Paris, you know, kind of got addicted to, and then Gumtu, they both are controlled in the same way through telepathic controls. Yeah. So I mean, in either way, they were alluding to the F-22 type controls, the Firefox, the Foxbat type ship from Firefox, which is a Clint Eastwood movie, and we have that today. I mean, we're heading towards the point where, you know.
No, Mike.
Thought controls are going to be pretty much everything.
It will eventually. Another couple of decades, most everything will be thought control. No, Mike. No, that. I think Jay just actually said the name of it. No, that's the alien. It was an alien ship that was going to commit suicide, and they found this crazy telepath. Yeah, to go talk to it. No, it was sentient.
No. It was like a being like we talked about that was grown as a species intent for housing a crew of
it was like
Moya.
You remember Moya? It was like Moya. It could think for itself, though. It was smarter than Moya.
Except its crew was killed by radiation. It couldn't filter out through its skin, and the entire crew died all at once. And so Gumtu, which its name was, it was depressed and wanted to kill itself. So it found this star, which was about to go nova, and was going to wait for it to explode and die. But they brought this telepath, and when the telepath got on board, they mentally connected, and boom, all hell broke loose, and the entity and the telepath disappeared to embarkations unknown. And yet I don't understand why they never brought those two back to, like,
that never made sense either.
Can you imagine what that ship would do to a board cube? I mean,
yeah, but I got to thinking about that guy never really liked humanity, so that's probably why he was always kind of like an ass.
Yeah, he was kind of a dick, so yeah, that makes sense. But the ship I would think the ship would have changed his morality, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe so. Maybe ship might have. Could have made it worse too. Who knows?
He could have.
No, it was a cool episode, and no, the ship was no. He didn't control the ship. The ship was sentient. It controlled itself. I'm sure they mutually. I'm sure there was
kind of like Johnny Sacco and his giant flying robot. When they accidentally find the bad guy's lair, and Johnny Sacco goes into it, and then he finds this watch, and he speaks into it, inadvertently impregnating his voice as the only and sole voice that would command the giant robot. It's kind of like that. That's how they're connected.
Yeah, they're in each other's thoughts. Yeah. Well, no, Moya's only in whatchamacallit's thoughts. What was his name?
Crichton?
No. Moya was the creature that drove the spaceship. I can't remember its name now. Shame on me. Yeah, I don't know why.
That wasn't the frog dude, was it?
No. It's a guy. It was a creature. It had a big wide head on top of it. It had like 4 arms. What the hell was it?
It was like the interface. It was the interface for Moya.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was. That's what it was, huh? You mean on Farscape? Who was my favorite character? Ooh.
On what Farscape? Oh god, they're all pretty cool.
Man.
The Blue Lady's pretty hot because of one thing. She was in Road Warrior 2, Mad Max. She's the lady with the crossbow.
You're talking about Chiana, yeah. Chiana was hot. Yeah, Chiana was trouble.
Yes, yeah.
She was trouble.
She's Australian. The actress is Australian. And she
Erin,
I forget her character's name, but she's in Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. She's one of the warrior maidens.
Actually,
what her name is.
Erin soon you can actually see naked. Yeah, she did a little porn before she did Farscape.
Well, you can see the blue lady naked too.
Yeah. No, Chiana was she was the white face one, Jack. Yeah, she was she was a handful.
Little short girl.
Roger was always fun, even though he was a puppet.
He's a puppet, though.
He was always fun. Yeah, he was a puppet.
So was the interface for Maya. All the puppetry is done by Brian Henson of the Henson family. You know, what's his name? Kermit the Frog.
Well, when Farscape started, I think Jim was still alive, but I think he died like the first year. He died right around there sometime. I'm not exactly.
He died within maybe first 3 seasons, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you never knew what you were going to get with Jim.
I don't think he condoned his son's work in this. I don't think he did because it was a little too adult for Muppetry and Jim's, not young adult mind, I guess.
I don't know. None of y'all have told me its name either. I can't remember his name.
And we watched it all the time in the 90s. Kind of almost as religiously as Generation. They were both kind of concurrent. Same with not so much we didn't watch Babylon 5 as religiously, but it was concurrent with Deep Space Nine and all of these things. Fairly current with each other.
Oh, no. Yeah. Wait. Well, yeah, no, I agree. You can say Babylon 5 was probably one of the greatest space operas ever to exist, but I mean, you know what was good about
there wasn't some sort of corporate spying going on between the two studios because both of them are so similarly put together. It's just stupid. An alien space station controlled by the United Planets.
Well, in B5, what's his face wrote the whole thing ahead of time. They went through and made series.
Still can't tell me someone wasn't spying on somebody because
somebody was probably
closely related. You can't tell me there isn't. And they both production houses say no, there wasn't. Yes, there was.
Well, it wasn't even in the same country.
But it still doesn't matter. Somebody spilled the beans. Somebody spilled the beans somewhere. The concept was being floated around from Australia first, and they found out in Hollywood, like, oh yeah, it's a great idea. Boom, and they were both put around at the same time. Something happened in that way. There's corporate spying.
B5 is a political thing, and Farscape is a whole different kind of whack crazy thing.
But Deep Space Nine is also political. Very political, particularly. We got the Bajorans versus the
Deep Space Nine
versus the Klingons versus the.
There ain't no doubt Deep Space Nine copied it. Yeah, no doubt. There are episodes on Deep Space Nine that are just copies of Babylon 5. They're just.
But you have politics everywhere, whether it's exopolitics, fictional or factional. It's up there.
Well, Jack, there are 2 things that made Babylon 5 popular. One was the technology because the technology was near Earth, near now technology. People like near now because that's something that may actually happen. It's the same reason Expanse is popular. Also, the politics is Earth. See, just people make these sci-fi movies and put us in space like we're all like, oh, and gee, no, that's not who the fuck we are. We're gonna get into space. We're gonna get making deals and cutting back on deals and causing shit and causing problems and getting into it with alien species because they're not gonna like what we're doing. We're not gonna like what they're doing, and that's gonna be us. It may not be wars, but it's going to be us. It's going to be just like our politics on Earth. It's going to be the way it is in space. And seeing someone actually portray that was like, because when you see them in Bari, I mean, they're kind of straightforward, and then you realize not really. They some sneaky no good bastards is what they actually are. Powerful sneaky no good bastards. Of course, they're not near as bad as the reptilian guys and the oh man, what's Londo? What is he? Minbari?
Minbari, yeah, something like that. The weird head and the hair.
Yeah, Minbari is what Delenn is. He's oh god,
isn't she the same?
No, Londo's a whole different species, man.
Londo's the same heads.
No. Londo.
Hey, Google, who did the special effects makeup for the TV show Babylon 5?
Londo had the big tall hair. Yeah, they're bald on top with the big tall hair behind it. That's
Michael Westmore's best.
Their women are bald.
Work on various Star Trek series,
right?
But he did not work on Babylon 5.
Oh.
The primary makeup effects for Babylon 5 were created by John Bullich in his studio Optic Nerve.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, because the reason I said that is there were a lot of foreheads are similar on Babylon 5 as there are a lot of similar forehead work on Star Trek. Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, Voyager, anything after Deep Space or Next Generation, Michael Westmore did the work on it, and he's famous for doing that. Because we don't. There's only so many features on the human face you can really tweak to make it look alien: ears, eyes, etc., forehead. He did all stuff.
Babylon 5 was around the same time that Generation was.
That's
other
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I thought. That's why I thought he might have done the work there too, because he was a very busy man in Hollywood.
No, Jesse, Babylon 5 was just different. They didn't make Sheridan a god. No, you see, they made what's his name from Deep Space Nine a god.
And Cisco turns into a god, or he's a prophet to start with, which is kind of godlike anyway.
So, but no, in Babylon 5, he wasn't a god. He died. No, what's his name came and got him. Lorianne came and got him, but he just came and got his soul or his essence or whatever it is.
Right.
Well, there was no body on the ship. It disintegrated. Or it turned into light. Whatever happened to it, Lorianne came and got him. Well, you kind of figured that was going to happen because I thought if Lorianne really wanted to, he could have gave more than 20 years. He could have just done it again. So I think that was what the setup for that whole thing was. Well, because that way they could have brought him back later on. 20 years later, he could have came back, and him and his son would have been. Like 36 years old by then, or 40 years old by then. It would have been just something different. They never did do his son either. They could have done that. They didn't do that. But Bruce Boxletter,
Leitner,
yeah, he was
Tron. He was Tron in the movie.
Yeah, he was Tron. He was actually in a couple of things, but it's not. The way he played the part was a little weird. Well, everybody liked him better than they liked the guy from season 1, but I liked them both.
Yeah, they're both pretty cool.
Yeah, they get another guy from season 1. He was just different. Nah, when you watch Babylon 5 the first time and you watch season 1, no, Bruce is definitely better. Season 2 is a much wider, brighter, faster moving, faster paced kind of thing. And Bruce is a more emotional actor than the other guy was. But later on, they bring the other guy back in some pretty good roles. And Lorianne technically is a god. Yeah. In the grand scheme of the way people think are gods, he can travel through time and space without a spaceship.
That's also Paul Atreides, or that's who we're talking about.
He can also live. Matter of fact, when Sheridan finds him, he's actually living in between Tick and Tock, the dimensions in time. In other words, he's just sitting there where time isn't moving at all. Yeah, between Tick and Tock, the spot that goes between Tick and Tock. That's where he's existing at. So yeah, he drags Bruce in there and says, "Okay, you're kind of fucked up, dude. You just got blown up by a nuke and fell the endless pit. Yeah, you're dead, man. Just face it already. I got to bring you back to life." It was a weird series. It had its good points. It had its bad ones. It's like Space 1999. I hated it, but I loved it. It was campy and stupid, but it had some good science in it from time to time. I don't know. It's sci-fi too. So anyway, we're going to put this back on in a second.
Yeah, this was kind of interesting so far.
Yeah, Space 1999 was it was about a base, the moon. They were storing nuclear waste on the moon, and it blew up, and the moon took off like a rocket ship.
It was launched off of the orbit of Earth, and all who were on board the moon base were. We talked about it earlier at the beginning of the show. They were gravity pulled to the floor until its speed and trajectory stabilized, and then they were able to operate again. But some of their ships were in orbit, coming up from Earth. They're Eagles, the marionette puppet spaceships, which are very cool. So they had to catch up to the moon in order to. They were beyond the point of no return. They couldn't turn back and make back to Earth safely. So they had to catch up to the moon before it ran out of their gas, or they would die. And I think 4 of them made it and 1 didn't, something like that. Very cool show. Jerry Anderson, who did the Thunderbirds, made that. So all of the space, it's called space battles, dogfights. There's anything with the spaceships flying. They're all marionette puppets for adults.
Yeah. Live and learn. No, yeah. Oh, you mean the 2 lead actors? Yeah, they were married or dating or something. I think they were married.
Yes, Barbara. Was it Barbara? I can't remember her name. Yes. Well,
Barbara somebody.
They had both of them were working on Mission Impossible, and then that show was canceled. they just blipped on over across the street to different studios, Elstree Studios, where they were to where they went, and boom, now they're on Space 1999.
It had its good points and its bad ones. I mean, it just Well, sometimes it was too campy for its own good, and sometimes it wasn't. It just, but later on they bring in a telepath and stuff. It's well, no, see, it was different then. So 2 seasons back then is like 50 episodes. 2 seasons today is 20 episodes. It's a much different thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, so cat.
Yeah, you get to see more. But now we're gonna put this on. I believe. Let me tell y'all, in case somebody wants to get some coffee or some tea, or you've got about 7 minutes, six minutes and some change. I want one of these little thingies here, man. I'm going
the banana splits machine.
I want one of these little things, man. I want
the 6-wheel deal. Yeah, I want one too.
Good desert ride into Mars.
6 wheels is better.
Oh man. Anyway, let's turn this thing back on, people. Here we go.
Hall is complete. The future town square of Mars Base Alpha.
Town square.
In 1 year, they have built a radiation-shielded, pressurized, multi-level city deep beneath the Martian surface. The engineering is breathtaking.
That's why you use robots.
They have shelter. But shelter is not life. The most complex manufacturing challenge is still ahead.
The arrival of the 4th ship, not carrying builders, but the tools to create life itself. The Life Support Factory, a chemical plant designed to turn the dead Martian environment into the building blocks of a civilization. On the surface.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
What did you do?
I don't know what I did.
A new kind of factory is built. The most important factory in human history. And with the refinery built, the hunt begins. The hunt for Martian water.
The water isn't on the surface. It's frozen, buried meters below the dust. We know where it is. Now we have to get it.
The mole begins its work, drilling down to the hidden resource that will give the city life.
Water.
And they find it. A massive ancient glacier of frozen water, the key to everything.
Yeah,
melting the ancient ice and pumping it to the surface. For the first time, liquid water flows on Mars.
They have power, they have shelter, and now they have water. The 3 pillars of survival are in place.
But to create a true city, you need one more thing, a highway back to Earth. A pipeline is laid, carrying the most precious resource on Mars back to the factory. The first ingredient arrives. The refinery now has water.
Now we can make fuel,
Meanwhile,
buddy.
The second ingredient is harvested. A massive compressor freezes CO2 directly out of the thin Martian atmosphere.
With water and power, the first miracle can happen. Electrolysis. Using electricity to split the water molecule
into its component parts, breathable oxygen and hydrogen. The oxygen, the very air the colonists will breathe, is captured and stored.
But the hydrogen is used for the second miracle, the one that creates a highway back to Earth.
The Sabatier reaction, a 100-year-old chemical process repurposed for Mars. The process combines the hydrogen and carbon dioxide to create 2 things, more water and methane.
And methane is rocket fuel, the very same fuel the Starship used to land. This factory is making the fuel for the trip home.
And for the first time, a rocket is being refueled on another planet. And deep beneath the ground, the city takes its first breath. The air is on. And the water flows, the refinery providing pure, drinkable water for the future colonists.
Power, shelter, air, and water. The 4 pillars of survival. All manufactured on-site from the resources of Mars.
With air and water, the final piece of the life support puzzle can be built. The farms. The first seed is planted on Mars, a new hope for a self-sustaining food supply. And life finds a way. The first Martian harvest grown in a subterranean garden. A complete, self-sustaining ecosystem. A city, not just of machines, but of life.
What was it?
And as the base becomes self-sufficient, a new clock begins to count down. Back on Earth, the final piece of the puzzle is prepared. Not a ship of cargo, but a ship of people.
Yeah, you can tell
The first colonists,
windows in it.
ready to make the journey to the city that was built for them.
This is the
Robots
moment.
don't need windows.
The culmination of all the construction, all the engineering, the reason for building the city is finally
Whoops, it
coming.
blew up, chick.
A
Oh,
new journey begins.
shit.
A 7-month voyage between two worlds. The factory has done its job. The city is ready for its people. The refinery has one more job, producing nitrogen, the key ingredient for creating fertilizer for the farms. A fully closed-loop agricultural system. Nothing is wasted.
This is the most important factory on Mars. It's not making fuel, it's making food. It's the difference between a temporary outpost and a permanent city.
And with the city built, the robotic army rests. Their monumental task is complete.
Oh, we have the robots. Can't we just?
The
send them to
factory
build
has
another
done its
city?
job. The city is ready. But the true scale of Mars Base Alpha is hidden beneath the dust. A stunning reveal. A multi-level radiation-proof city. A hidden jewel beneath the red sand. The main streets of Mars. Clean, pressurized, and ready for life. And the green heart of the city. Farms, powered by nuclear energy, growing fresh food under a synthetic sun. A home, waiting. Every system green, every resource abundant. And the final arrival, the most precious cargo of all. Humanity.
Somebody left the door open,
new
man.
dawn.
What the fuck?
A new world. Seen through human eyes for the very
them
first
humans are
time.
dead.
The final touchdown, bringing humanity to its new home. And the first human steps, not just on Mars, but into a city built by machines for them. Walking towards the airlock, the gateway to a new civilization. The final seal, entering the city, leaving the harsh Martian surface behind. Pressure equalized. The inner door opens, revealing a new world. The first human glimpse of their new home. A thriving oasis beneath the dust.
The first city on Mars wasn't built by human hands. It was built by an army of robots as a testament to human ingenuity.
A new home, forged in the red dust and powered by dreams. A new light, shining in the darkness. A new future for humanity on another world.
To see what they build next,
Putting
subscribe
all
to
that shit
Next
together?
Gen Manufacturing.
And that ended rather abruptly.
I know it did, kinda. But I mean, shouldn't all that stuff be underground?
Most of it, anyway.
Because I mean, you know,
And finally,
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of stuff he said was absolutely
Hold on, let me
bad
turn
shit
this
crazy. I mean, the one thing is that he's trying to defend Fauci. It seems there, Fauci
Yeah, he
knew
was a little
100%
bit.
everything he was saying to the public was absolute bullshit and lies. Everything, no matter what the answer was, and then he goes and brags about all of that in his diary. So, did Rand Paul screw the pooch in the way he presented the diary to the public? Yeah, that's a dickhead move. If I were Fauci, I'd walk up to him and slap him, in his face. But the cat is out of the bag, as it were. And the fact of the matter is that Fauci knew. He knew the whole truth the whole time, every time. And when asked about it, he lied. And then after being given a pardon, goes and puts the Fifth Amendment down. Now, the Fifth Amendment, I don't know if you can use it at Congress because you're not on trial, nor you're not a witness. You're there to just give testimony. That's it. End of story.
but you can.
But you can't. But he doesn't answer a question about the color of the rug he's standing on, the color of the suit he's wearing, the shirt, tie, and type of watch he's wearing. Any of those kind of none of those would incriminate you. Period. But he invoked the Fifth Amendment on all of that, and I do believe he is in contempt of Congress, and I do believe that the Justice Department should look into the illegal signing, in my opinion, of his pardon. And I think if they find it to be done illegally and without Biden's consent and or presence, because Biden not only has to be there, he has to consent about it, he has to know about it, and he has to be present when it's signed. In fact, because he operates the machine, no one else. But yet, I don't think those three things happen. However, that's aside, I think they should look into it. And if they find that there's bullshit there, he should go to jail, or at least go to a fair trial where they find him guilty, hopefully.
So I'm pretty sure they Rand Paul and them did Congress the other day. We watched part of the clip last night. Pretty sure they held him in contempt of Congress.
He is in contempt of Congress, yes.
So he'll probably get arrested, and then they'll go from there. Now the pardon thing is interesting because you're actually right about everything you just said, but it's going to be hard to jive because of the Democrats, especially if they win the House back. But you're not going to be able to stop Ron DeSantis because he's filing state charges. And the fucking thing that Joe Biden gave him does not count. It's only good for federal charges. And it looks like some other states are going to pile on. So Fauci, look, dude, you know, I don't know why Bill didn't want to address gain of function. Usually Bill's pretty honest lately. I mean, maybe he feels the need to protect you for some reason. I'm not sure why, but gain of function research is enough for most of the country to go, look, dude, you fucked us. And then when you lied to us about where it came from, no one believes you that it came from some bats in Wuhan. Especially
no one on this network believed him from the beginning. Yeah. I don't believe.
And especially the things we learned about Wuhan and stuff since then. No, and then we learned about the gain of function research. So the version that you gave them, the one they enhanced, is the one that made everybody sick.
So, and it's all a bullshit story.
Yeah. So just take responsibility, you know. Look, I'm not Fauci. I'm not saying you're the guy that let it loose. I'm saying you the guy that said, okay, look, and I understand why you did.
But he's part of the research, and therefore he is responsible.
But what he should have bucked up. He said, look, I'm pretty sure we gave him this, and I'm pretty sure somebody there let it out. Now, did they let it out on purpose or was it an accident? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's where it came from.
I think it was an accidental on purpose kind of thing. Yeah.
And that would have done two things. One, it would have cleared him and Trump of everything. And it would allow the world to sue China.
Yeah. And Trump would have won a second term post his first. But the other thing that's also messed up about that is he profited off of this. So regardless of whether they take his pardon away, whether he's taken up on, because they can still get him on civil charges for this. So whether he's taken up on civil charges, whether he's taken up on state charges, he's coming up on charges. Once he's finished with any charges that come up against him, any money he made in profit of this disease he gave the entire planet, he's going to be a pauper. So one or the other, he's either going to jail or the poorhouse. So, you know, Anthony, fuck you, buddy.
Randy, so there's a lot that hinges on these elections. If the Republicans keep control through the presidency, next presidency, then Fauci's going to need
4 states.
It's going to it'll take 6 years to get Fauci completely down. So if the Democrats get the House back, they can make it harder. But if they don't get the presidency, it's not going to save Fauci's ass.
He made hundreds of millions of dollars off of the world dying under his watch, and no one's taking account for it. But he will. And like I said, he doesn't go to jail. He's going to lose a lot of that money. Yeah, he's going to be rich, but very, very poor at the end of this.
So one of two things going to happen here. They can't put him in jail federally at all. The states might be able to put him in jail. But ask Google how old is he right now?
Hey, Google, what is Anthony Fauci's age?
Anthony Fauci is 85 years old.
Oh, no.
Hey, Google, what is Anthony Fauci's estimated global wealth at this point?
Estimates of Dr. Anthony Fauci's net worth generally range from $10 million to $20 million.
It's going to be a pub.
This total is based on factors such as...
Hey, Google, stop. We don't care where he got his money from. We know where he got it.
This is what's going to happen, people. Absolutely nothing.
Keep that in mind. Is there anything else?
Hey, Google, stop.
So at 85, it'll take him to 90 to clear this. He's going to...
He'll be dead.
He'll either be dead, but nothing's going to come of him, Jack, because if it's just going to get tied up. Yeah, either he'll die or by then they'll just say he's fucking 90. What do we care? It's even at 85, it's going to be hard to go after him because it's just not really worth the money. What do you can't get any, maybe you can get his money, but if he ties that up 6 or 7 years, he may spend it all before you can get to it.
Right.
Well, the lawyers are expensive. If he'd have been 80, I said, okay, we're going to get him by 85. He might have been doing 5 years or been getting sued, but at 90, they
he's probably going to do it at like Club Fed. It's not like a prison with lots of murderers in it, but
he wouldn't even get that at this age. He'd get an ankle bracelet. Okay, Mr.
No.
Fauci, go home. You can get your
Maybe so.
massage. You got home.
That just makes it easier for someone on the street to whack him in the head with a board with nails in it. Not giving anybody any ideas, but you know. But I honestly think that that man's, regardless of his age now, if he was, 25, 35, 55, his time on this planet is marked. And I wouldn't be surprised if some whack job from the right comes out of the woodwork and assassinates him, like that other left whack job came out and shot that CEO of insurance companies. They're on both sides. So someone's going to put, if they aren't already, there's going to be lots of death threats against him, his wife, and his estate.
And finally,
what the hell is it?
You want that up there?
Know stuff I don't want to know.
Wait, I don't even know where this came from.
Did you know that the human brain actually has an actual finite storage capacity?
Yeah, we do know it has a
estimated to be
finite
about
storage
2.5
capacity.
Did you want it up there?
gigabytes. Impressive.
No, I'm trying to.
Now it's up. Well, hold on.
Full.
No, you don't have to put it up there.
Okay, we'll take it down.
All right, maybe this one. This one might be worth watching.
You did about who?
State tax, local sales, property, fees, Obamacare, probably almost 60% of what I earn. That's a lot. And I still wouldn't mind if Bernie Sanders would stop saying the rich don't pay taxes. And
what happens when one of Hollywood's sharpest liberal voices decides he's done playing nice with the left? What happens when the comedian who built his entire career defending progressive politics walks onto his own stage and starts dismantling it, brick by brick, argument by argument, in front of a live audience that doesn't quite know how to react? That's exactly what unfolded on Real Time. And the man sitting across from Bill Maher had no idea what was coming.
Well,
this wasn't a debate between enemies. This was something far more uncomfortable, a reckoning between allies. And before it was over, Bernie Sanders would walk out of that studio with his most powerful arguments lying in pieces on the floor.
the kids think that stuff that happened before their appearance on the planet didn't really happen, but it did. We've run this experiment many times, and the results are always obvious. Here's capitalist South Korea at night from space. Here's socialist North Korea. Yeah. In 1990, Venezuela was wealthier than Poland. But then Poland, finally free of Soviet-style economics, went all in on capitalism. And now their economy is as big as Japan. And people there have high wages, low inflation, cars, vacations, homes. Meanwhile, Venezuela traded capitalism for Hugo Chavez's socialism for the 21st century, which turned out to be like socialism in the last century or any century.
Yeah, well done, Bill. Thank you.
That wasn't a political argument. That was a geography lesson. Maher.
Yes, we love
Tile Survive has to be one of the most relaxing and comforting games of 2026.
I think I have that
There's
game.
no pressure, and it's super easy to play. You don't need to stay online all day, and there's no endless grinding either. Just hop in whenever you feel like it. Collect some materials, upgrade your camp.
Man, I'd have to have big screen TV and shit.
Arabic, Syriac, and other ancient languages besides. In fact, Nathaniel Schmidt was one of America's leading scholars in the field. So why, after 11 years of outstanding achievement, was he tried for heresy and fired from his tenure in 1896? Though a devout Christian and a Baptist pastor, the authorities considered that his recent theological papers had struck at the very roots of
bad boy.
On July 25th, 1976, a NASA scientist was studying the images of a region built by someone. The following day, NASA held a press that didn't look natural.
Sedona region. They got better pictures of this of it.
They look like they were built by someone. The following day, NASA held a press conference. Of the thousands of photos sent back from Mars, all anyone asked about was the face. Who built it and why? Is it a message from an advanced civilization now long extinct? Is it a religious artifact? Is it solid like the Great Sphinx, or could it contain chambers like the Great
Or a message from a race who's coming here to kill us?
22 images. Even though the first pictures of Mars were exciting, they were also disappointing. There were no vast cities or canals or evidence of
ain't no face
culture.
on Mars.
Mars looked like the moon. Harsh, barren, pockmarked
At
by
least
meteors,
not the ones we
lifeless.
think anyway. I don't want to say there's none because they might be some fucking face somewhere. The one y'all say a face on faces, people. I'm just trying to help you out.
But years ago,
but still, the possibility of the face that we have seen could be a natural,
Mars was
artifact.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. No, Jesse. So Jay and I both have background in
Mars had
film,
volcanic
and
activity
the thing of it is,
even a global magnetic field, just like Earth. It was a long time ago, but the red planet was, at one time, a blue
planet.
The Mariner's Valley is filled in with water.
To support
Look at
life.
that, pretty.
In 1975, NASA sent 2 spacecraft to Mars, Viking 1 and Viking 2. These probes each contained an orbiter with a high-resolution camera.
Oh, I don't know now. I forgot what I was going to say.
In the summer of 1976, Viking 1 and Viking 2 finally reached Mars. Both orbiters took thousands of photographs of the Martian surface. NASA scientist Toby Owen was one of the first
found things they weren't supposed to
to
find either. Let's see if they talk about
and when
that.
Owen found the face on image 35-A72, he was beyond excited. NASA released the image to the press as a way to increase public interest and attract attention to Mars. This worked, but a little too well, because the face was the only thing the press wanted to talk about. It became such a big story that NASA had to release a follow-up statement about the face, saying it was just an optical illusion, and they took another photo to prove it.
Isn't it peculiar what tricks of light and shadow can do? When we took another picture a few hours later, it all went away. It was just a trick, just the way the light fell on it.
Except that second photo was never produced, and nobody thought to ask. Face or not, Cydonia was the top contender for the landing site.
I've seen the second
next photos come like in 82 or something like that.
Good,
yeah, they took that high resolution pic of it. When you see that, you know it's not a face.
Photo, Viking 2 landed in a barren, rocky region called Utopia Planitia. One scientist working on the mission
where the Enterprise D was made.
This was like landing in the Sahara Desert and expecting.
Hang on.
I'm lowering my.
What? That's what.
We're
not listening to you. Who is that?
That's just some stupid commercial.
Yeah, get him out of there. Senate in Texas. Yeah, whatever. We don't live in Texas. You're closer. If you want to have, say in Texas, give the guy a buck.
Yeah, we need something he said I wanted to talk about. Where'd he go?
Cydonia.
Resolution camera and a lander. In the summer of 1976, change of the land were natural and which were artificial.
So, I used to still do actually. So there's a program you can get from NASA. I think SETI has it too. So all my computers run SETI in the background, have been since, I don't know, since SETI came out, however long it's been.
1976.
I know there's literally, according to them, hundreds of billions of hours on this thing. Well, it runs all the time.
Google, when did SETI begin?
Oh, but you got to know when the computer program began. That's what you need to ask.
Founded in 2017 and released.
Hey Google, when did SETI, SCTI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, begin? 1976 or sooner?
It's been a while. I know that.
The modern era of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI, began in 1959 with a theoretical framework published by Philip.
I think it's quite that long.
Now, the telescope at Arecibo, I know for a fact, began in 76.
Telescope experiment, Project Ozma, which Frank Drake conducted in 1960.
Oh, even earlier.
Several organized programs during the 1970s, the scientific effort definitely began well before 1976.
Hey Google, when was the radio telescope at Arecibo created?
The Arecibo Observatory was built in 1963.
Wow.
Construction on the site began in 1960, and it remained the world's largest radio telescope for many years.
Hey Google, what is currently the world's largest radio telescope?
It's in China.
Yeah.
The world's largest filled aperture radio telescope is the 500-meter aperture spherical telescope, known as FAST, located in southwest China.
There you go.
Yeah,
you called it.
We already knew that. Now ask her, when did the computer program for the search for extraterrestrials start? Because there's a program you put on your computer.
Right. Hey Google, when did the program for SETI, SCTI begin?
She's just going to think you mean this. Just started
the modern era of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence began in 1960 with Project Ozma, conducted by Frank Drake.
You gotta ask her when the software program
published the foundational paper that helped establish the scientific approach for the search. While various efforts continued over the following decade,
hey Google, when was the current program for SETI, the computer program SETI, when was it created?
The SETI at Home project was publicly launched on May 17, 1999.
There you go.
Its development began a few years earlier, in 1995, after the concept for using a virtual supercomputer of home PCs was proposed by David Getty.
Yeah, it's still alive and well today. It's oh yeah, it even tells you when you get like superficial hits and stuff, it'll send you a thing on your computer. The one I'm on right now probably runs like 5 blocks for them. So when you're looking, so when your computer's busy, it slows down its processing so it doesn't interfere with you using your computer. But when your computer's in idle mode, it runs full out. It maxes out your computers. And it's cool. But I also have a Bitcoin thing on here as well. So I actually work my computer. Well, that's what computers are for, Jesse, to work.
Yeah.
And it's well, if they can make you money, you should let them make you money. That's all I'm saying. That's what just
He said that all the objects, including the face, were not of natural origin. But the D&M pyramid really blew his mind.
The geomorphic natural hypothesis is thus left with no mechanism that can explain the formation of the D&M pyramid. This object's 5-sided shape and bilateral symmetry is unlike any landform seen to date in this solar system.
Torin called this pyramid the Rosetta Stone of Mars. He found all kinds of mathematical relationships between objects in the area. And as more photos came back from Mars, we found more strange objects. A lot more.
Yeah, let's see them, buddy.
Over the past 50 years, thousands of images have come back from Mars. And if you look through those images, you'll find all sorts of things that look out of place. This is an extremely tall, almost perfectly rectangular monolith.
Whoa!
Here's another monolith. This one stands over 10 miles high. If this were on Earth, it would extend up through the clouds. The top is so high that even the largest airliners would fly below it. This object has been nicknamed the shipwreck because it looks like the remains of a boat. Is it an ancient craft? Or maybe the foundation of a structure? In May 2022, Curiosity rover found a doorway carved in the rock face.
Yeah,
I wonder where it goes.
To...
Here are giant tracks on the surface.
What, 5 inches
giant.
Tall or something?
What kind of machine can make this?
But I think it's also
this object doesn't look
tall.
like a natural rock formation.
Big for humans.
This one is called the Martian totem pole. You can make the argument that erosion created most of the odd features on Mars, but this one is very strange. I don't see how erosion could do this. Curiosity took this picture in 2015. It looks like something is hanging onto the cliffs. Here's a dome or the top of a sphere.
It's a rock.
These structures were famously called glass worms by Arthur C. Clarke. Here's an object that's definitely not a rock formation. A series of still images shows an orb of light moving around the Martian landscape. What the? Skeptics say this is a dead pixel, but dead pixels don't move around the frame. Besides, whatever this is, it's larger than just a pixel. Here's one of the images shows an orb of light. Here's an object that's definitely not green. It looks like something is hanging onto the cliffs. Here's a dome or the top of a sphere.
It's a rock.
These structures were...
Now you see these... This is weird because...
Is this on that rock that we found here, or is that on Mars itself?
This is Mars, and these are taken from way up in the atmosphere, so this is big. So these are all over on Mars. Now, some of these are just sand sweeps. They look like they're a tube of some kind, but they're just, you know how when sand blows on a beach or in desert?
It looks like the kind of formations you see at, like on piers and wharves at the seashore, where where they berth boats. I don't know what it's like. I think it's a mollusk or a type of mollusk. It's almost like barnacles that stick to the sides of boats and pier pylons and all that kind of stuff. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, well, it's way bigger than that. So,
well, yeah,
remember, this is taken. Like so this is taken from space. So this is big. You're talking, 30, 40, 50 feet across. But you have to pay attention. You got to pay attention what's going on here. So if you looked at this one to the left, right here, it's actually going into the ground. So there's places on Mars where these breach cavities, like where there's gaps,
where there's
caverns. So that they cross over. They go from one underground into the other side underground, which is very strange. On top of that, if you look at this, you'll notice this cavern fits this. You can see the groove cut out down here.
Almost like cooling vanes for an engine or
this,
electric motor.
This at one time was much bigger than it is right here. Probably this was too. It's looking like it shrank up now.
Yeah, that shadow could be. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, could it be a giant worm of some kind? That's like
it looks like a calcium carbonate deposit of again, it looks like a natural deposit of minerals. Just the formation looks windswept or water, almost like water was there.
So, and you can see like over here, you can see how it's attached underneath the ridge.
Yeah.
You know, also see how there's something right here that looks like pipes coming in and holding. Like, see this actually empties into this, connects this, and then this
where your mouse is now, that looks excavated. That looks flattened out right above where those pipes are.
So this is a tube going around right here. You can see it up close on my computer, and there's a tube here, and a tube here. And this just opens right into it.
Where the other vein that goes to the left and goes into that hole in the ground, that's probably where water came out.
Yeah, and this so when you look at these now, when you see these across the planet, see right here is an offset. You see the offset on a bunch of them, and every now and then you see something in the offset, like there's something sitting there.
Can you zoom in on that tube that goes into the hole in the ground?
Let's find out. I do not know, but let's see where are we.
Famously called.
No, we can't do.
No, it's a video. Okay. Shit. But anyway, that it looks like that the floor, if you can go back to it, that the floor of that tube coming out of the hole in the ground, it looks like the bottom of a river.
So this is a different, but see, when you look at these, you can see them.
Yeah.
See, now you can clear it. Yeah, see, but here's another offset. See, I said there's an offset on them. They all have these offsets. Here, that looks like something came out of here. It looks like something spilled out of here.
It looks like it broke. I mean,
it looks like it's broke from here to here and here to here.
Yeah, and in the other one where there's that right there, you just broke it up. There's another break right there where they've gone on top of each other.
But they're all running in these caverns, like something. These been exposed to the surface, but at one time they were underground.
Like Logan's Run, like the tubes they used to travel from building to
then
building.
You can see these ribs are all across them. All of them have these ribs on it, and I mean, there's literally. I mean, these. Let me see. I don't want to get. Where are we on this damn thing?
7 minutes in where you are now.
It's
damn it. We were more like
hanging onto the cliffs. Here's a dome or the top of a sphere.
Sorry, people.
These structures were famously called glass worms by Arthur C. Clarke.
Yeah, that's one we was just looking at. We just looked at the other one. No, Jamie, I mean, hold on. Pain in my ass. Give me a second.
These structures.
Yeah. So now we'll freeze this one. This one's weird because it looks swollen here and then it looks thinned out right here. Now we don't know how far this deeps down.
Like it's decaying, yeah.
Yeah, this looks fatter right here. Obviously, you can see this bend right here. It's on here also just bends around right here. This all was full at
water there pooling, right?
Yeah, this was all full at one time.
And follow that vein to where that hole in the ground. You can see where the soil has made laps.
Yeah.
Where on a sediment bottom floor of a creek or a river.
Yeah, this might have been some kind of catch. These might have been tubes bringing water to here, or some type of bladder.
There's water erosion in this picture is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. We're gonna move on. Hold on, Jeff.
Were famously called glass worms.
See these, and this is what's so weird about these. They're everywhere on the surface of Mars. They're all over the place. But you got to be careful because some of them, like I said, you'll notice some of them are just sand. They're just swept areas, and they kind of look like these. But when you'll notice, most of these are inside of things, or crossing through things.
Well, it also this appears to be not only with the ribs; it also appears to be encased in some sort of clear, cellophane or natural fiber, something that's clear.
And again, and here's an offset again. It's almost like there's transition places on it.
Worms by Arthur C. Clarke.
See, and then look, there's something in here.
Yeah.
You can see whatever this is right here. And this is a transition spot.
It's like one is on top of the other.
Yeah, and there's actually something physically in this. You can actually see whatever this little shiny spot is. I don't know, James. Is it some type of creature that lives on Mars and they make these tubes and that's how they travel around?
It's anybody's guess, really.
Is this some type of water system? I mean, it obviously looks like there's something right here and right here. Then there's a hole right here. And we don't know if this one's broken out. And I'm assuming this is broke, but it might not be. It might be just turning downwards like this one is.
Might be going, might be go down. Might be turn left. You never know. It's weird.
It might be going under and come up over here somewhere.
There's nothing like this on Earth or the moon.
No, this is very strange.
Here's an object that's definitely not a rock formation. A series of still images shows an orb of light moving around the Martian landscape, valve or a gear. This was taken with the Opportunity's microscopic imager. Could this be the imprint left by the piece of an ancient machine? How could this mark be formed naturally? How about this?
I don't know.
This was taken by the Mars Global Surveyor in the year 2000. Whoa. This saucer-shaped formation or structure really stands out from the surrounding landscape. And these are just a few of the anomalies found on Mars. There are many, many more. A few years after the release of the infamous face photo, DiPietro and Molinar decided to look for the original so they could analyze it themselves. At first, they had trouble locating it. Turns out it was misfiled. Eventually, they found 35A72 labeled head in the Viking image files. And after reviewing the photo, DiPietro and Molinar felt that despite what NASA claimed, there was more to the face than a trick of light and shadow. So they looked for the second image, the one that NASA said proves the face is just an illusion.
Did they find it?
Well, it was misfiled, but they did find a second photo of the face. And this one has even more detail.
What the? Files?
We made one very expensive mistake. Our latest batch of Masato Osurin came back from quality control with a problem. They ran the numbers 3 times.
Vince DiPietro and Greg Molinar felt that there was more to the face on Mars than an optical illusion. To prove or disprove the theory, they would need more photos. Even though there were other pictures taken of the face, they were surprised to find that they seemed to have disappeared.
Oh, they were surprised that NASA lost the pictures, huh? They must be new at this. Tell me again, what happened to NASA's recordings of the moon landing?
Oh yeah, they lost those too.
NASA sure does hire a lot of butterfingers.
That does seem to be the case.
It's a good thing the moon landing was fake. Otherwise, that would have been really embarrassing.
They also couldn't find the quote-unquote disconfirming photographs that Gerald Soffin mentioned 5 years earlier. But even though it was filed in the wrong place, they did find a second photo of the face on Mars. And this second image showed more detail and less shadow on the left side of the face. There appeared to be 2 eye sockets, a nose, and even a mouth. But the weirdest thing was that the structure had 2 parallel and even-length sides, both hundreds of yards long and perfectly straight. And the top and bottom edges were both curved and had the same radius. It looked like a symmetrical framed platform for the face itself. According to geologists and imaging experts, the face's base, if that's what it is different than anything you'd likely see in nature. DiPietro did more analysis and found evidence.
So let's put you on pause for a minute there, sir. Let's go back by the rum. Let's hit X on that. Let's hit this. Let's hit this. Okay, let's go to, we're looking at that. This is the one right here. Okay. Throw me up on the screen, Ugly.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, people. Now, let's take a look at the face on Mars. Oh, I don't know. It ain't looking too much like a face over here.
Those are the later ones that NASA took and altered before they published them.
No, these were the ones taken by the high-resolution camera. These weren't even from NASA. No. Yeah, but this wasn't even a NASA camera. They didn't own this camera. It's these were high resolution, and they obviously look different. I mean, they obviously look way different. And then, since then, there's actually been more pictures taken by the European Space Agency.
Yes. Let's see some of them.
So what do you think about this one on the right?
Altered.
So
by Viking. Or after Viking took it, rather.
No, this is a new picture taken. This was taken
2001, yes.
You know, this was taken in 2001 as its cute little face that it is. It's different. So there's a couple of things that you have to think about when you look at these things. I'm not sure about any face thing, but I am sure about one thing. Whatever the sides are and whatever picture you look at are not natural. So when you look at just this part, you just don't even look at none of this. Just block all that crap out, all this crap out. And even on these other pictures where all this, go find it. Even these, Block this out, block that out, block that out. You will see one thing in all these pictures. You'll see this. Nice and round, nice slope, and back across. It's in that one, it's in that one, it's in that one, it's in that one, and it's in this one. So it doesn't matter which picture it is. Go what? Which one?
Go back up to those two there. The other
these
thing,
two?
no, the one right there. Yeah. Okay. So you're on them. Go back to them.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys right there. So on the 1971 Voyager image, you follow the Terminator from the light to the dark. Follow that line. All right. Then look at the Viking 2001 image. You see that crack? It looks like a river. Follow that. That's what's allegedly making the shadow. The lines don't match up, particularly over the mouth. See how much wider the mouth is? See the ridge where it says Voyager? There's like a little ridge. Then there's like a dark space. Then there's the mouth corner. Follow that same ridge up. They don't line up. The lines don't match up. So the image on the Viking side, I have a degree in video photography with a minor in still photography. And I'm sorry, but the image on the left, which is the image on the right, which is the NASA's Viking 2001 image, has been somehow digitally altered from its original capture point. Whether it was altered digitally by the Viking probe itself or later on by some fool at NASA who was told to do so, that image is false. It is an altered, illegal, it doesn't work. It can't be evidence because it's been altered.
Well, then if it's been altered, it cancels out the Voyager image too.
The Voyager image has not been altered. The NASA Viking.
Well, you don't know that
altered.
First off. You can't. You
Yes,
can't
I do.
say.
Yeah, no. The Viking image.
You weren't there. You weren't in the lab. You weren't there.
I remember when that Viking image came out, and they did say this has been altered to make the image more readable, and so therefore it is not valid evidence. We need to see the original as it was taken by the Viking probe.
Well, that's what they said. The Voyager image was enhanced before it was released.
That Voyager image that you have there is not. Well, that one is enhanced in the fact that it's been blown up too. So that also makes it a good argument that you could call it false evidence as well.
Yeah, it's all fake bullshit.
The unzoomed in photograph is, though, however, concrete evidence. But still, the lines don't match up, and that's to my expert photographic eye.
Well, they're going to be hard trying to explain these away.
Yeah, they are. But that's why NASA threw them out there, is because it throws doubt and question on the entire. Complex issue.
It's science.
Yes.
Because, first off, pareidolia is one of them things. People see faces in everything.
That is correct. Yeah.
So, I mean,
but we don't find symmetry in nature most of the time like this. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing of it is, we're using symmetry through a camera until we actually go there and look.
We need boots on the ground and human eyes to verify.
But
I would agree.
I don't. All the later images I've seen that came from 5 different rovers. I mean, 5 different surveyors now from 3 different countries suggests it's not a face. It doesn't suggest that it's not something that's been made, though. So the problem here, ladies and gentlemen, is the newer pictures suggest that it may not be a face. It may have been something else, and it just kind of looked like a face because of whatever was there. But the base, actually, what the best part about this is, in the later pictures, the base is much clearer than it is in the face picture. So in the first picture of the face, you don't see the base as good except on this one left side.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see all the rest of these pictures, including these down here, I mean, this is clear. This edge is clean. This downslope is clean. This round part is clean. This up part is clean.
Yeah.
It's the same piece that's right here, top.
They're sculpted edges without question. Yeah.
So, and you got them top, bottom, and you got them all the way. You got the same cut across the top on all the pictures. Same one along here. So there's a base. Whatever this base is was made by somebody. I can't tell you what's on top of the base. It's sheer speculation at this point. And this could be some type of base that's sitting on top of the base itself.
And we could find an answer. We have some probes there that have, drones and things. We could easily put one of the satellites over there and watch it for. And I'm surprised they haven't. They probably have, just haven't told anybody. But I'll bet you they know exactly what it is because they have a presence there now. I bet you NASA knows. And they don't want to tell you because the fact is that they've really probably discovered that it is in fact an artificially carved face, but perhaps not necessarily human, which would be if they revealed that, guess what it says? If it's an artificially carved thing, whether it's a human face or not, it's artificially carved. That answers the question, and they're afraid of that. That's probably why they're hiding it.
Yeah, there's the Cydonia region right there. There's the face right there.
Weird angle too. Cool. Yeah.
Well, it's on an angle that shows you the pyramids and the face.
Yeah, and if elevation.
if it's a true picture, then it actually gives you a much better understanding of the picture. But when you see it like this, it doesn't give you man, it doesn't give you the. It's not the same.
But it gives you an idea of the scale of it. I mean, look at that crater all the way to the top left of the picture. That small crater there, you get an idea that's fairly large. I bet it's as big as the one in Arizona. But then you look at the head, that face. It's enormous. Then you look at those pyramids or whatever, those rock formations that appear to be buildings. We'll just say that they must be enormous. Look at how huge. Then there's another crater here in the bottom right. It's even bigger than the one on the top left. These things are huge, like Everest huge. Right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Because I don't have any. I can't tell you what size the rocks are around, and they might be tiny.
Hey, Google.
Because when people see that
rock
door,
formations in the Cydonia region on Mars.
The rock formations in the Cydonia region vary significantly in size. The famous face mesa is approximately 300 meters, or about 1,000 feet, high. Other features in the area range from small impact craters to large ridges and mesas that can span several kilometers. Would you like to know more about the geological characteristics of these Martian landforms?
Yes.
The Cydonia region is a transition zone filled with diverse geological features. In addition to the famous mesa often called the face, the area contains various eroded mesas, impact craters, and small hills. These features range significantly in size, with some craters spanning several kilometers and others being much smaller. The region also features debris aprons at the base of many mounds and complex valley networks, which geologists believe are the result of ancient surface flows and mass movement over time. Would you like to hear about the theories regarding how these Martian landforms were shaped?
Yes.
I guess this is one of the last. Oh, we hear that. Tell us, bitch, shut up. It's I guess this is the last time that we see this one.
A landscape shaped by the breakdown of highland plateaus into isolated mesas over billions of years. This process is largely driven by a combination of tectonic and long-term erosion.
Yeah.
Over time, forces like wind, which scours rock faces in a process called aeolian erosion, and mass wasting, where gravity pulls material down slopes, sculpted these formations. Many of these mesas.
Okay, Google, stop. So that's all. That region appears to be wind erosion, not water. So it wasn't water to explain any of that.
Well,
what is that?
I mean, that's Titan.
Huh?
That's an image from Titan. See it over here? First image is from Titan. Yeah, this is the only photos ever taken from the surface of Titan.
It's understandable why.
Hey, Google, stop. Jesus, shut up, lady.
And that's.
So why is there a square building foundation on Titan?
I don't know, but it's just a picture.
That's not natural. That can't be natural.
I would think it's not.
The only other mineral I know that forms in cubes is salt.
It don't give no explanation at all for it.
Well, hit visit page and let's go read it.
I'm reading it right. I'm on the page right now. It doesn't give an explanation.
Oh, okay.
It just talks about the Cassini space probe. That's all it's talking about.
Yeah.
It's just telling you about the land. Apparently, it doesn't think it's anything significant. It's
wrong.
It's like whatever.
I saw that. And I was a scientist. I was like, "Holy cow! Look at this. This does not happen in nature except for salt."
There you go. Infamous port. There you go. Look at that. All done with infrared and everything, man. All like colored out. It's all colored out so you can see all the ridges and stuff on it. So there's definitely been damage done to this side. And it shows up in other pictures. Could be. I wouldn't rule it out. And this all of this looks just like somebody built all of this.
Sculpted, yeah. I mean, it really does.
Maybe molded out or something. It really looks like sloped walls is what it looks like. Pretty tall ones at that too. 300 or 400 feet, I would think.
But according to the erosion type there, it's wind erosion that makes that.
Well, I mean, we don't know how old they are, so it's been windy for a long time. And
we need a geologist on the ground checking that entire area out. Yeah.
This was by the surveyor.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what you look at when you look at these pictures. If you just X this out of your mind and you just look at this, just all the way starting right here and just follow it around. This bend alone is enough to make you wonder, but all the rest of it going all the way up. It makes you wonder what it is. I'm really thinking. I'm really thinking that this was a foundation base for something that was high up in the air, and whatever this up here was the operation.
Well, wait, where your mouse is now, that's 1,000 meters off the.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that was the operational part of it. Maybe it was a launching pad.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
or a landing pad, whatever, one or the other. Right?
It could have been either one. Just no, we're just speculating. There's not enough evidence to say for sure.
Yeah. Insufficient data, as Spock would say.
Oh, that's because you're thinking of that movie Mars when they find a face and it gets them. Yeah, and some of them go home, some go to a different world.
Some sort of AI computer that controls whatever. Come on.
It was the ex-Martians. Here you go, the real face on Mars.
I'm sure.
So I guess this is what they're talking about. This. I don't know.
Well, click on that. Let's see what their pictures are, and maybe they have some decent ones. Maybe they don't.
That's where we're at right now. So, doofus stuff, more doofus stuff. What's this?
This is Sir Mars. What?
I don't know what the hell.
Crashed spacecraft? What the WTF?
I didn't see nothing in here.
They keep blowing in pop-ups, so you have to change to those if you want us to look at them. But this one is odd.
Where are we at? Okay. What's on the screen right now?
Visage Sur Mars.
Wait, hold on. I don't know what the hell this is. So it's like a bunch of little okay.
Hey Google, find Heidi's phone.
Oh, that's where we are.
Hey, Google, stop.
Okay, that's where we are. Never mind. That's not where I am, but that's where we are. Okay. You get out of here. Get up out of here. Well, it won't let me show y'all this page. That bites. Let me see if I can get it a different way. Let's try it a different way.
Something happened.
Yes. Well, no, I'm trying to. That's not it. This is it. Let's see. Maybe this is it.
Just put it up.
Okay. So
I guess so. Besides Sir Mars. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Damn it.
It opened up another goddamn pop-up, didn't it? Jesus.
No, it's some advert popped up on the screen. Now there's another one on there. It's got a watch on it. What the hell? I don't care about a watch. Edit image. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's what we're looking for right there. So that's a different way to take a picture. Merlin Space Science.
We're still looking at the main page, though. We don't see what you're seeing.
What do you mean? I just scrolled down. All I did was scroll. You should see it.
No, I don't think nothing has changed here.
Hold on.
You must be on a pop-up page. Go on that page that you're on. If you want to share that page that you're on, go up. There should be a thing that says share this page now, and then it should flip over.
Nothing up here, man.
Should be. It works. It does it on my browser anyway.
Let's see. Where was I? Not even sure where I was. Go on. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Is it on the screen? Pop me on the screen.
Let's get you on there. There it is.
So that's a different shot of it right there.
Yeah. Wow. Weird. Is it altered? It looks altered to me.
It was taken the Merlin space system. So when you look at this, so the slopes are all still there. So all of this we talked about earlier is still there. So all this still looks like something built it. It does look like there was some type of damage over here, though. On all the pictures now, I see like something hit it or smashed it. So it looks like there was damage here. But all the rest of this looks like it's built. This, it's just hard to say. I'm still thinking this is the main complex. It's just been covered in by dirt and soot over the years, so we don't really know what we're looking at.
Photograph appears altered to me. It looks like they've tried to clean up the lines so they don't look man-made. I don't buy it.
No, this is just the way the camera takes a picture. This is just the way it's done.
I still think the image was altered post capture point and possibly even
there ain't no reason to alter
by the probe. Well, it looks altered to me.
This company's out of Berlin. This ain't even a U.S. company. They're not even doing business with NASA. There'd be no reason for them to alter the photo. It just wouldn't be.
NASA told them if you don't, we'll come after you.
No, yeah, NASA. They tell NASA to go fuck themselves with what they would do. They're not scared of NASA. They Germans ain't scared of nobody. They're trying to start World War III as we're talking. It's yeah, people. Yeah, Germany wants us to give them nukes, they want to. And Russia said that they would probably be who started World War III twice now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see. What does it say?
I don't know. It's your computer. I can't see from here.
No, I'm just reading about the picture itself. Now it's given when the picture was taken and all. Yeah. Let's see. This will probably have to put up another. What are these little stupid ass pop-up thingies that pop up all over the place? No, okay, there we go. So what's funny? Stop that picture. Now I got to go find y'all again.
We're over here still. Hello.
Okay, now we got to drop that. Yeah, see, we didn't switch to something else that's just irritating now. So let's look at this, though. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. I always thought this was funny. Can you put us up on the screen?
Let's see here. There we go.
Yeah, so you see that. So you look at these pictures. We all know what the face is. I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be. Maybe a casket or something.
It's the Ark of the Covenant, or not the Ark of the Covenant, the Ark of Noah.
Now, there's no doubt when you look at this door thing that this is something that was cut and made. I mean, you can actually see right here alone. This was cut out of the stone next.
Yeah, but it's like 20 foot tall. What human makes a door 20 feet tall?
It's not 20 foot tall. It's like 5 inches tall.
I'm saying it looks 20 foot tall.
Yeah, but I think they said it was 5 inches tall. So there's a shot of this from the rover, not zoomed in. It's not even as tall as my pinky.
Right.
So I was really confused the first time I seen it. So I went looking to see, because you can never trust anything in the fucking internet. But I ran across it at NASA. NASA said it was like 4 inches. I was thinking it looked like it was like 5 or 6 feet. With the overhang, the way it's got the cut overhang and the slope going in and going back. And
enough for someone our size to go through.
But we're looking at it like this up close. We're not looking at it from the original picture. Which let me see if they even have it. Let's see.
It's an altered photo, which makes it again inappropriate evidence. You have to look at the original photograph and get the correct scale.
Yeah, it's well, James, NASA's not as hiding as much as they used to. They still got some stuff they have to hide because they've been hiding it for so long they don't have a choice. But that happens sometimes. You lie so much, sometimes you don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm. You got to make up a new lie to cover up the one you just told, and then so on. It just it's like a rubber band ball. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and 2 friends, and so on and so on and so on.
No, Jesse, here, I'll show you. Let me put this picture up right quick, and I'll show you why they think this thing's on Mars without showing you any kind of crazy faces or doorways or anything else. How's that? Yeah, let me find the room so I can. I don't know where the hell the room's at. There it is. Oh, it's 5 miles.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Okay, Willis, I'm gonna shoot you, man.
I'm not Willis. I was the other one. That's why I said, "What you talking about, Willis?"
Throw us up on the screen, or.
Hold on. Oh wow! Look at this. Titan again?
No, this is Mars. Now, people, if you were looking at a LiDAR picture on Earth, what would you immediately think? Oh man, we done found
a human settlement.
Yep, right, we done found a settlement. Yeah, that's the first thing you would think. And there's way evidence in here.
Absolutely.
And this isn't even the only picture like this. There are several of them that suggest there was something there. Hey, look, we're not the ones. I don't know if this one will let me switch in between. Let's see.
Yeah, probably not.
Still the same picture?
That's something flicked. Yeah, no, it's not. It got a red circle on it.
Oh, all right, cool. It says statue
face on Mars.
What? Yeah.
Where? I mean, I don't see one, even in the red circle.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by that one myself.
What have you? Yeah. Oh, it's a battle tank. What?
It's an alien face, man. A face, man.
Yeah, that's me. That's a bunch of bull honkery. Oh, wait, it's not Wednesday. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, wait. Where are we at? Where are we at here?
Right
Oh, look, it's wait, it's Mickey Mouse.
Mickey. Yeah,
it's Mickey, man. It's Mickey
with a big cancer thing in the middle of its head.
Yes, people, it's Mickey. Hey, we didn't do that. That's
3
for real.
years.
No, that's a for real
3 years
picture.
Yeah. That's not.
No, the one on the right's not. The one on the left is.
No, that one I think is still altered.
They No, the one on the right's supposed to be a rendition of this thing over here on the left. Don't ask me. It don't look nothing like that. I guess these two rocks. No, it's bullshit. I'm sorry, man. I'm calling bullshit, man. Oh, and this was taken in 1976 too. It was taken by the. Oh, see, that's even better evidence if it was taken by Viking. It's less likely screwed with. What is this? NASA pyramids on Mars.
Really?
Is that a pyramid?
It's a rock.
It don't look
like a freaking rock. No, it's a goddamn
See,
rock.
people, that's why y'all get us in trouble with this bullshit, because y'all say shit,
It's no, that's the whatever news organization that's making those. Look at that bare face. It's clickbait, and they want you to click on it. And then it's you get like this much text, and then there's 20 feet of advertisement, and then a little bit more text, and then 20. I hate those kind of those stories. It takes you 30 minutes just to get to what you want to find out.
So, Jesse, the reason I put this picture up here is this picture is significant. Well, this is the front side of the face on Mars. This is the side Jay and I have been talking about. I keep saying it looks like it's damaged. Well, here you can see it's damaged. Yeah. But this isn't why I put this picture up here. There's something else in this picture that's more important. If you look down to the left at the base right there and tell me what you see.
It's a bantha.
It's a pyramid.
Looks like an animal to me.
Can
you zoom in on it?
That's as zoomy as it gets you, my friend. Let me see. Maybe if I hit this, it might zoom in some more. Nope.
Yeah, you just have to
that just made it worse. That just made it worse.
Yeah, you got to go to that page and add and flip it to this.
No, I went to that page. It doesn't even. This isn't even on it. It's gray.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, this is all you. This is like what I said. This is what you get. But no, right here. So you go across here, up, down, across, and this is all gold and orange up here. It's a whole different color.
Yeah.
It's like this color over here. So it's definitely a pyramid shape, whatever it is. Nah, that's a couple of those.
You can say the face on Mars is vaguely pyramid shaped as well. I mean,
it's got this little tip on it in the middle,
which is where I guess you would call the nose.
Let's see what else they got. Anything good?
Well,
let's see.
There's a lot of controversy over this whole region. Oh, there's Titan again.
Let's see.
Oh, look at that. That looks kind of like Vasquez Rocks in California.
Evidence of life on Mars. I don't see nothing that suggests life on Mars, people. I gotta say.
Let's see rock formations.
Snake, lizard?
No, it's a bicycle. It's a BMX bicycle tread mark that was fossilized. That's what it looks like to me.
It looks like little.
But it says strange face. It looks like a freaking snake.
It does. Face. That looks like spikes right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Rigid. They're at least rigid. They are whatever they are. They're elevated off the surface. They're casting shadows.
It looks like just to me. It looks like a fossilized snake. Well, I don't know how big it is. I can't tell you because if it's big like a building, you got to be worried what kind of fuck is living on Mars.
Right.
Because that would make them spikes like 5 foot tall. The hell with that, man. I ain't going there. You on your own, buddy. There are dragons living on Mars. Let's see. See this now earlier. This said Titan. Oh wait, no, this is a different one. Okay, this says Mars. Wild square structure on Mars. Elon Musk backs. What Elon Musk will do?
Okay, but the other one we saw said it was Titan. So okay.
Yeah, and that one on Titan does look a little different. This one, now that I think about it, it looks a little different than this does. Well, Johnny, let's be honest. If Mars was like Earth, at one time there was probably inhabited people on here. So there's probably remnants. And if it would have been a lush planet like this one and kept living, there probably wouldn't have been any evidence. But since the planet died, some of the evidence might have been left behind. Yeah. So again, this doesn't alien spacecraft. This doesn't look like a fucking spacecraft. people, I don't know what this is, but I don't think it's an alien spacecraft. I don't know what. It's just something weird.
I agree with you. You go back to that. It looks biological.
Yeah, I mean, look at the space. Now, this might be an alien spacecraft.
Yeah, this could be a speck on the camera as well.
Yeah, that's possible too. But I bet you they have more than one shot of it.
Hopefully, without scale and something in the lens between the object and something that we know the known scale of, it's hard to get size for things like that. That kind of looks like a fish face.
Now, let me see. Their mouth, 2 nostrils.
You see at least one eye, a mouth, and at least one nostril. The other nostril looks broken. Maybe a gill.
Let's see. When we say face, this is what I want to see.
Yeah.
Be like, whoa, okay, that's a face, man.
Right.
Ain't no fucking doubt that that's a face.
No kidding. Something definitive. So, I mean, but what we're talking about, though, isn't without intrigue. That's for damn sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
90-90, 30-30, 60-60. That pretty much tells you that wasn't made by nature. Jeffrey, I really think we're going to find that there was a life form on Mars at one time.
And or a civilization.
There's our little thingy. You know what? I guess I could find that. No, we got actually. It's time for us to get out of here. But I'll look right quick before we go. Give me a second. Ow, son of a biscuit eater, man! That hurt like hell.
Would a kitty cat or a doggy get you?
That was somebody talking. Something we were watching came on right as I was switching.
Oh, in your ear.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me see, people. Let's see.
I will be back in a minute because Mother Nature is calling. The coffee is doing its effect. I'll be right back.
All right, let's see. Okay. There we go.
At record speed. Your host, over 3 million customers. And no musical guest.
In 2022, the Curiosity Mars rover found something that shocked the world. A dark rectangular opening has been carved into the rock of Mount Sharp. Its flat top and straight sides resemble a doorway or a cave entrance. The feature is unnaturally rectangular amid the rugged terrain, as if chiseled by intelligent hands. If you look closely, there even appears to be a path leading out of the entrance and down the hill. The haunting image left everyone wondering what lies beyond this Martian door. The full image was captured on May 7, 2022. It shows a steep outcrop nicknamed East Cliffs on the flank of Mount Sharp, the 5.5-kilometer tall central mountain of Gale Crater. Sunlight from the Martian afternoon casts deep shadows, making the opening look black and forbidding. The scene is both beautiful and unsettling. Online, the image went viral. Some observers zoomed in and were convinced we'd found a literal doorway on Mars, perhaps evidence of caves or even the work of alien architects. Others were more skeptical, suspecting a trick of light and geology.
Oh, 3466.
As the initial shock wore off, scientists began scrutinizing the feature. How big is it? Curiosity's team soon provided a reality check. This doorway is only about 12 inches tall and 16 inches wide, roughly the size of a medium dog door. Still, the shape is incredibly clean cut. You might wonder,
so that just means we got many people living on Mars. Okay. Well, no, originally I'd heard 4 inches, so 12 at least makes it better. I mean, that's my Chihuahua could get in and out of there.
Still, 1 foot. You barely get your foot in it.
A human couldn't. Yeah, I mean, look at it, just showing the guy standing next to him.
If it's something of an unnatural or man-made thing, it's not an entryway, but it's probably some sort of electrical or water conduit.
Well, it does look like there's a pathway right here, and you can see it even going behind him, going down here. So there's something.
It's in pathways. Is things walking across it?
Could be something coming out of it. I mean, it could be an animal. Wait for it a pet to go in and out. It could be some type of overflow because the outcropping's cut right here on a slope, and this is all cut out, and then this is smoothed out. So this could be a drain of some type.
Yeah, cool.
Could be an air exhaust for some type, but since there's no screens on it, I'm thinking it's a way to go in and out. Something that's a foot tall or smaller.
Very cool. Still, whatever it is. I mean, I would be very cool, very excited to at least. I mean, I'm not a professional geologist, but I like rocks. It'd be very cool to at least examine that area, close up.
Well, Jesse, so our doors are usually about 7 foot tall. You can see them 8 foot. That just depends on the house you live in. But well, no, a 6 foot man can walk through a regular door in a house without hitting its head. Yeah, well, yeah. That's because that's how they're designed. Yeah, you want to have space to walk in, and so if you think that a human gives itself about a foot or a little less than a foot in a doorway clearance, what would an alien do? So if that's true, that means whatever's going in there is about 8 inches tall. Maybe 9 inches tall. It would be weird. I'm not ruling out anything, Jack. Could be any damn thing.
What could create such a rectangular hole in nature? In the East Cliffs image, you can see many straight cracks running through the ancient sedimentary layers. Several fractures intersect at right angles, causing a chunk of rock to break off and leave an open void with surprisingly straight edges. These fractures are common on both Earth and Mars. The Martian bedrock here likely developed stresses over time, from the contraction of mud turning to rock,
that's a little
temperature
much there,
changes, or even seismic tremors, and cracked in a grid-like pattern. Where two cracks met, a rectangular wedge of rock loosened and eventually tumbled out. In fact,
that's good, but where's it at? It's a pretty big chunk of rock. Where's it? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
In fact, a large rock slab is visible on the ground, just in front of the hole, as if a door that fell off its hinges. Planetary geologists suspect this fallen chunk is the very piece that once filled the doorway opening. Looking at the raw images, we can see that the interior of the opening is shallow. The back wall inside is visible, and it too is crisscrossed by cracks. There's no deep tunnel here, just a niche in the rock
door
face.
either.
It's more of an alcove than a doorway. This image, taken the previous day, provides another angle of the doorway. Understanding where this feature is located helps reveal its true nature. This specific outcrop lies along the lower slopes of a broad formation called the Greenhue Pediment. The cliffs are composed of layered sedimentary rock, recording a chapter of Martian history. Long ago, Gale Crater was likely a basin with lakes and streams. Water and wind deposited sediments in layers, which later hardened into rock.
We're good. We're glad for you. No, we got to go, people. We got a radio show on. We got to get out of here. Yeah, it's past my bedtime, man.
Yeah, our time is up.
I go to bed at 6 p.m. every day, man. What y'all talking? 6 p.m. Yeah. Jay kept me up till 1 last night, bastard.
See you, Kira.
No, really and truly. Well, we've been doing a lot of Marsy stuff lately. Actually, we got to get into some more insane stuff though on the insane show. Yes. No. A lot of good topics though, yeah. I don't have any books. Well, you know what? I do have one book. If y'all really want a book, I got this. It's a dust. It's been a while. This is Christian Faith, PhD. She's a PhD. Healing soul. Healing for soul. Healing the soul. Healing. Yeah, no. For the 25th person, tell me what date Christmas is on, or what day Christmas is on this year. Not the date, dumbass. We all know what the date of Christmas. The day, yeah. And I'll send it to you. Anyway, on that note, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio. Yes, no, we just hung out, listened to some stuff, and watched some stuff.
Went through some really cool shit.
The Mars stuff was cool. The colonizing Mars stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jeannie's been asking me about doing a show on that, but I don't know if I want to do it on here. Maybe on news and the flip side, but I don't know about here. Stuff like those are pretty harsh topics. Yeah. It's not that people don't want to listen and get all fired up at it. They do, but the chat, it's not that we won't tackle hard things in the chat. We just prefer to keep it a little lighter. Yeah. Talking about millions of dead babies just doesn't seem to catch it on that show. But anyway,
no.
On that note, again, thank you for tuning in to the chat and Jay and I hope you enjoyed the show. If you have any bitches, you have to write to Jeffrey Pritchett. He's on Bitch Patrol right now.
Or Heidi.
Heidi
She'll
likes
take your questions as well.
Heidi says she love you long time. Yes. Thin chocolate. Yeah. And whoever that was that asked me earlier for pizza, if I'd have seen it earlier, I would have told you, yeah. Oh, no, I've had people send me stuff to my house for food before, yeah. Yeah, DoorDash brings it out. Got Brooklyn Pizzeria up the street, bring your pizza back, yeah, big, really good, Brooklyn style, kind of folds out.
We had, when I lived in Gaithersburg, my guys would come over on Saturdays. We gather our money. It wasn't Brooklyn, it was Manhattan's Pizza, and they were very good. I mean, I think it was $19.99. You could get 2 pies and 1 topping on each pie. We'd always like, can we put both toppings on one? So we put 2 toppings on 1 pie, have a plain and 2 top, $20. Fed 4 people almost every time. Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, now they got
16-inch New York pies.
Yeah, now they got the super large. I think it's 24 inches. It's $20. Now you go over to Fat Boy's Pizza. They got the 38-inch pizza. This fucking thing is like this. So, dude,
wow, that's huge.
It's got you got square. Yeah, you got to have the double door. No, it's a round pizza. You got to have the double door. It's in a square box though, so you got to have the. Yeah, I never understood the square box for the round pizza. But anyway, we'll leave that alone. They say it gives you more support. But so you gotta have the double door open. The Camry, I had to have the seat all the way up and folded down to get the fucking thing in my back seat.
Wow.
It was good too, by the way. So they got a thing there. They got a it's a 24-inch long, 12-inch wide, and if you eat it next amount of time, you get free pizza for like a year. Currently, I think the record is 46 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a monster pizza. I don't know how the hell they did it.
We have Arturo's, the classic, and where I am at now, that's my go-to pie guys. They have 16-inch pies, but they also, I think you have to order like the day before, but they have a 30-inch square Sicilian, big pie. But they don't have any kind of deal. Like if you eat it in 30 minutes, you get a, $200.
No, this is just a one slice. No, this is just the one slice they do that with, but it's a monster slice, and it would take me 2 or 3 minutes to eat it. Maybe when I was young, I might get it down in a minute, but it's good pizza. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, they got good pizza. They switched over there. They got with this sliders company, and they brought in these cheesy shit sliders. I ran into one of the vice presidents I was talking to, because I haven't seen you in my restaurant lately. I said, ever since you brought in them slider people, your food's kind of slacking. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, the hamburgers really suck. I said, the pizza. I said, even the pizza kind of feels like it's a little less than what it was. He said, well, let me comp you a big one. Take it home with you. Get it fully loaded. So no, I just prefer just a pepperoni and cheese pizza. So he comped me big, and it was good, but it wasn't. I don't know. I lost my interest in him. Jimmy P, yeah, I like pizza. No, I haven't lost my interest in pizza. Just right now, I got reflux. I don't like eating pizza.
That's one thing. You have to find one with the mild sauce. And Little Caesars, although I love them to death, $5.99 for I think their bare minimum 12-inch pie. Heartburn City, pal. Yeah.
No, I always get light sauce on a pizza, Jeff. Yeah, always. Because and when I was young, they used to just put normal amounts of sauce on it. Today, it's just like they just slop the shit on. So I just tell them light sauce. Yeah.
Sometimes they use too much. Sometimes it's not even whether they use light. a light amount or one full ladle. Usually it's one full ladle is all you need for pizza. But it depends on how big your ladle is, A, and B. Then on the sauce, some sauces tend to be a little more spicy than others, and some tend to be more, causing heartburn than the others. That's the problem. You got to find the right mix of sauce, cheese, and bread and dough. Once you do that, Arturo's Original, so 4 miles from my house, boom, they will always have my business.
Yeah. No, I love a good pizza, man. Good pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, I got to stay away from soft cheeses like mozzarella, but you can't. I mean, it hits every food group, especially when you put a topping on it.
What do you mean, Jeffrey? Oh, actually, I got a queso cheese I've been eating lately. It's a well, I used to get this one kind of queso. It's an easy melt queso because I like to make quesadillas with it. But this one's a little bit. It's from a Mexican company. It's got a little more flavor to it, and it's got a little bit of spice to it. So you got to be careful with it, but not a lot. Just a little baby back spice. Yeah, so it's good for certain things. It's good on eggs and stuff like that too. It's funny you said that because yesterday Linda made a Bernese sauce. She was trying it on salmon.
Béarnaise? Oh, yummy. One of my favorites.
Yeah. Well, Béarnaise is a good sauce. It's better for like steaks and stuff. Hollandaise is better for fish, but no, I mean no. You can put Béarnaise on salmon. That's not what I was saying. You can put it on here. You can put it on anything you want. I was dipping French fries in it. It's a good sauce, and the hollandaise is a good sauce too. Just Béarnaise really tastes really good, like on a ribeye or a filet mignon, especially on a filet, because filets ain't got all that much flavor to start off with. No, because there's no fat in the filet. Where the hell do you think the flavor comes from? Yeah. What else is you can use? You can make eggs Benedict with it.
No, that's hollandaise.
No, but you can use either one. I've done them with both.
Yeah, that's true. You can use Béarnaise. They're very similar.
Well, they're
both egg based, I believe.
Yeah, but one's got a lemon in it, one don't. Yeah, they're real close. But no, they're good. They're both good sauces. I eat asparagus. I eat hollandaise and Béarnaise with asparagus, grilled asparagus, or even soft asparagus.
Mm-hmm.
They're both good on vegetables. It's just really the Béarnaise is really designed more for meat than vegetables. The hollandaise is more for vegetables and fish. But you can use it for either one. They taste good on either food. So I mean, it's just really up to you. Yeah, it's a personal thing, really. Anyway, on that note, y'all just made me fucking hungry, so I gotta go find some food. Tell everyone good night. Stay tuned. Go hang out and check out the show on right now. Yeah. Oh no, Sean would have already been bitching at us because it's whispers time. Whistles time. Don't whistle at nighttime.
Whistles. Don't whistle at night.
Yes, I always. No, I always want to call them whispers for some reason, but it's don't whistle at night. But anyway, y'all go check them out. They're on right now. Let me know what you think about the show. And that night, we're going to get out of here. I thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio. I hope you enjoyed the show. Any moans, groans, bitches, or complaints, write to Jeffrey Pritchett. And on that note,
care of this network.
Yeah, just write to the Church of Mavis. No, we don't want to play an outro. No, I just wanted to end.